here in the building.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm Rahefta.
And I'm SmileyJizzle, and welcome. Happy birthday. Cause I know.
Whose birthday?
I don't know. Somebody's birthday tonight.
You can't sing that. You know that you're singing.
Yo, wait, right, every little thing. Nah, but I'm just happy to see another Sunday. And our president is too, I guess, huh? Jeez.
They suck, whoever is making these attempts, because they keep on missing. Or they are unsuccessful.
Maybe they're a supporter. They like this gonna make them look better.
That don't got nothing to do with being the president. Not getting.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're going after him, you gotta be either going after him because you extremely don't like him, or you trying to help his campaign. Because if he get away with it, I mean, if you're not successful with your attempt, it's gonna make it even better for him. You know, you get the sympathy vote. Some people.
Well, the voting is over. He's already tested.
I mean, like the vote of support.
But that's what I'm saying. That doesn't really matter unless it's when you selecting things.
No, but it matters because everybody is really like against him. I mean, the dude's still gonna get arrested. But I'm just saying, like, this will make people support him even more. And be like, yeah, he didn't do anything wrong. Forget about those files.
They know who it is.
Yeah, they got the guy. Tackled him down.
Where was he at? Right in front?
I don't know. But when he got his first attempt, his security person got promoted. He didn't fire anybody. Everybody thought that was like a crazy thing. Nobody got in trouble. So I'm like, I mean, they did their job, right?
They're not the one that tried to.
They saved his life. Well, actually, they did it. The people missed. But somebody that's on his security detail is clearly a Democrat.
You think there's a breach?
They letting these people get through. Oh.
So the Michael Jackson movie came out.
It's out?
See it? It came out on Friday.
I do want to see it, but you know, I'm going to see it. But I don't know if I'm gonna see it in the movies or I'm gonna see it.
Oh yeah.
Digitally.
Joe Budden said he wait until it come out on DVD.
Sometimes you gotta wait, but like certain things, because it's gonna be the crazy's gonna be out. Like Michael Jackson brings out the crazy.
But he's not interested in going to the movie.
Oh, so that's why. Okay.
Not to see that.
Well, I'm interested in seeing it.
He said he'll watch it. And as Ice said, if his girl wants to go, then he will, but otherwise he'll just leave.
Yeah, so it gotta be a daytime for do the. I don't know why people
No,
acting like.
for that movie. They're not saying the movies in general. They're saying they don't care that much.
But I'm saying for that movie, that's what I'm saying. For that movie, why people acting like they don't listen to Michael Jackson? Like you know,
I
he's
mean,
a
they
Michael
still
Jackson
want to
fan like
watch
that.
it. They just said they're not going to the movies to watch it.
It's just an experience, and I'm one of those type of people. I don't mind going to the movies by myself. Period. Especially if it's a movie that I want to see.
Yeah, well, they can wait. That's how they say they don't. It's not that deep, but they do go to the movies. But a couple of them said that
I think
they wanted to see it.
I did go to the movies to see This Is It,
This is it.
and it was a date, but it wasn't nobody in the movie theater but us. Like it was like 5 people there.
You went when it came out.
Um, yes, but some theaters weren't playing it,
Mm-hmm.
so you had to find the selected theater. And because it was like a wild goose chase, a lot of people didn't go see it. I heard the DVD did really good, and the actual tour that This Is It was based off of
Yeah, because people
was
always going to see
ridiculous.
Michael Jackson.
A few seizures, you know.
That's not what people's conscience. People
Special
weird.
effects. I'm sure he spared no expense on special effects. It was crazy. It was over the top.
So I was watching Love and Hip Hop. I didn't see the recent Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I was something I wanted to discuss. So Jessica White, she's a model, and she used to date Nick Cannon a while ago or whatever. But now she's on Love and Hip Hop, and she's met a guy. She was single, but she met someone, so it's kind of new. I don't know how long they actually been together, but it wasn't long enough for this to be happening. Let's say, in my opinion, but she's pregnant now, but she's happy because she has had 6 miscarriages um, over the years, like not recently, but like she's tried in past relationships and stuff, and it never. She always end up losing a baby or whatever. This is the furthest she's gotten in her pregnancy, and he seems like he really really cares because they were like she was bleeding or something, so they told her like you need to get on bed rest, and he was like so she doesn't live in the state that he lives in, but when they said she needed to get on bed rest, he was like, I didn't want her getting on a plane. I wanted her to be close by, and I don't think that was a good idea. So they said she needed to be on bed rest. So I wanted her to stay there, stay here with me until she, you know, so I can keep an eye on her and make sure everything goes good or whatever. And then her friend hadn't seen her in a while. She had to go to see her because she he wouldn't let her. Not he wouldn't let her if she wanted to go. I guess she could have gone, but I don't. To me, with the issue is I don't see nothing wrong with that. The friend was like, "That's kind of controlling," but then I'm like, "How is that controlling?" He that's your man. They are in a relationship. You're pregnant. You've had multiple miscarriages in the past, and you've expressed that to him, and you're concerned. And he wants the baby. He wants to make sure everything is good. How is that controlling? Because he's like, I don't want you going home, getting on a plane because I want to make sure that you're good or whatever. And his parents are involved. I don't know his issue. I think her mom is sick or something. She's like in the hospital or whatever. And I don't know about her father, but his parents are involved and they're excited and they live on a compound. So like the whole family lives on a compound. Like everybody got a house in it, his family or whatever. But so it sounds like, and she says she loved him, but then so then they went to dinner with the. She just it seemed like a bitch. Like I don't even know why. I mean, other than she looks good, she's a model or whatever. But like she's being a bitch, like because it like her friend Bambi came to dinner with them and the parents or whatever. That's Scrappy's ex-wife, little Scrappy ex-wife. And then she was like, "So where will you be living? Like once you give, like where will you be?" And then she was like, "Between Paris and New York," and they're in Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta. She never discussed this with him. She just answered this on her own and said, "Between Paris and New York." And he said, "By way of hair, you mean?" And then because he's like, "What are you talking about? Like we didn't discuss this, like," but he didn't want to like get into it in front of everybody, but he was visibly upset, as he should be, because if this is your man, this is my opinion, like why you should discuss this. Y'all are in a relationship, you wanted to have a baby, now you're happy, you said you loved him, you're happy that you're finally, it looks like you're gonna, because she was on bed rest, but they said she can get off bed rest now, but just be careful, don't do no strenuous activity or whatever. So she's gotten farther in this pregnancy than anyone else. You say you love him, you want to be with him, why are you trying to relocate or be live? I mean, I know she already lived, because she's French, I guess. I don't know. Or she lives in Paris or in New York. That's weird. She's a model. She travels. She wants to continue to work. I think she's like traumatized from past relationships because she let the guy, you know, like she put her job to the side and was like, and then it didn't work out, so she's afraid or whatever. But it's like the way she's going about it, and then he's just being concerned. So he's like lashing out and yelling at him and stuff. And then to look at her, I'm like, she's crazy. Like something is wrong with her. Like you gotta communicate. You can't. And then he gonna propose to her after this little tantrum, and I'm like, why are you? It's like you're rewarding her acting like a brat. Like she's she didn't speak to you about her decision that she wants to be by that she wants to live in Paris or New York, and then she just announced it in front of your family and her friend without you even knowing that she was gonna say that. And then when you mention it to her, then she almost cussed you out. She didn't actually cuss at him, but she was like, "I don't need to run stuff by," like basically just dismissing his feelings or whatever. And then after that, she gets a proposal, and then Bambi saying that that's being controlling because he's trying to make her stay here, well, stay in Atlanta because he want to
Because he
make sure
proposed to
she
her.
could. No, he because of the pregnancy before that. This is after that, but he there she's pregnant
He's
and
trying
they're
to be
together.
controlling because she's pregnant.
That's what Bambi said to friend, and I'm saying that sounds dumb. Like
It does, yeah.
because I feel like he's just showing concern. He want to make sure after
That's his
everything
child,
that
right?
yeah that she
So
keeps
I want my
that
child to be healthy.
yeah
I
that
don't
she
want her to.
after what she already, and that's normal anyway. Why the
Right.
fuck would you have a baby with someone and you want to go back and live in another state? I mean, she already I guess she don't live in Atlanta, but that still don't make no sense. You in Atlanta now. This man lives in Atlanta. Why would you go and get in a relationship, have a baby with him, and then go move back to another state after you had the baby? Like it just sounds dumb. Like stuff like that would make me mad. This is why they be saying stuff about women like, oh, they be selfish and shit like that because I just don't understand it. Like the way she acting like when she say she loves him, but she just a brat. I don't know if and I don't think it's the woman I'm about to say. I don't know if she just crazy. Cause even then when he brought it up, like you don't think that's something that you should have run by me first? She was like, no, why do I need to run that by you? And it's my kid or whatever. And then her friend even told her, Bambi, when she said that, she was like, now, but it's both of y'all kids. Like it's not just your kid. So, but then she started yelling at him. So she was like, the friend was like, I'm gonna just remove myself because I shouldn't be involved. This is your relationship conversation. But she was trying to be fair. Like she has good sense. Like that doesn't make no sense. That sounds stupid. And then she's like, I can't be no be in the kitchen with an apron on. I have a career and blah blah blah. And
Mm,
I don't think he even is. It doesn't seem like he said that's just in her mind because she had bad experiences in the past,
yeah.
and she's taking it out on him. But she's being a bitch. Like, and I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't think she should have gotten a proposal after that. Because that is embarrassing. If you're at a dinner with your family, your parents are there, and then you just say somewhere y'all never talked about it. You just announce that in front of everybody, like, and he's looking dumbfounded because you didn't have this conversation before. Like, I don't know. But I just want to say, I think that that's selfish, and you can't be thinking like that. If you having a child with someone, y'all in a relationship, and if you didn't want to live in the same state with him, and you wanted to be a free bird and spread your wings or whatever the fuck she talking about or whatever, then you shouldn't have never got pregnant by nobody then, because it don't make no sense. Or she probably didn't think that it would happen because she was taking in vitro, but they got pregnant naturally. She stopped taking it.
Now the woman that's saying he's trying to be controlling, is she single?
That's Scrappy ex-wife.
So she didn't find a new person?
She was dating someone, but then it came out, and I don't know if this is true or not, that he was married.
Mm.
So I don't know if she's with.
So
I
she
haven't
can't find
seen.
nothing real.
I haven't seen. I
And
mean,
what about
it
Scrappy? What he
hasn't
doing?
been that long, really, that they've been divorced. So
Is
like, I feel
did
like
Scrappy find someone?
they did, but I feel like both of them got into relationships quick after Scrappy is just he just.
But I'm saying, dude, he got somebody that he with
I'm
though,
saying
right?
he does this all the time. Like, he already was, this is second marriage. He got multiple baby moms. Like, that's
Cause
just
he
what he do.
trying. I mean, he trying to find something, but he probably got shit that he got to work on
That's what I'm
himself. You
saying.
know
They
what I
all
mean? But
complain about the
but
same
even
thing.
still,
Like, the new
it
one,
just shows
that was
like
the product of a threesome.
somebody is gonna want to be with me,
And then he ain't even
and
with
we
her.
gonna be able to meet on the things that I could deal with a
But they
person.
all have the same complaint about him. Like, when it comes to the kids, like, if they ain't with him, like the newest baby mom, they was not even together. They just had a threesome, and she got pregnant from the threesome or whatever.
That's
And
crazy.
then so they wasn't ever together. But she was like, he came and picked the baby up for 30 minutes. and, and brought him back, and then came and she had cooked, and then came and ate the tacos or whatever. Like, I don't fucking know. But his first baby mom said that too. Like, he would do that. And well, I guess that they were having issues in the beginning because they was together, but the first, because they were talking about it, she was like, "Yeah, he used to do the same thing." He was like, "She don't know me. She keep crying." Cause I guess that's what happened. The baby was crying too much, and he didn't know what to do. Cause he's just Mama D just babies him. She's always in his business. She is part of the reason all his relationships is ruined because she's always in it causing drama and stuff. She keeps Now he ain't with Bambi no more, and she keep bringing her around. They was having issues before, and you bringing her around, and he got an Uber, inviting her to events, and like, she's messy as hell. Like, and it's like he don't really be saying nothing. Like, he just be like, she be fucking up his relationship, and it don't just be her. It be shit that he be doing. They have their issues too, but the shit that he be doing, all of the women complain about the same thing with him is a pattern. So I don't think that's nobody that somebody. When I mean, they could try, but he don't. I don't think he really want. He's spoiled. He's like a mama's boy. He's immature. Like I said, the baby's crying, so you like, I'm bringing him back over there because you don't know what to do. You got all these fucking kids. You need to figure it out. Like, that don't make no sense, and you're too old for that. Like, so yeah, to answer your question, they both have gotten in relationships, but I feel like for both of them, it was too quick after the marriage ended that they got into supposed to be serious relationship. Because he immediately got a girl pregnant not too long after, and that he wasn't even with her. Now he with someone else, but that's just falling apart because then he didn't want her to meet the new baby mom because he was still trying to smash, and that was why. Because then when they met up, the girl she printed out some text messages, and he was like, "That don't mean nothing. I was trying to see my son." And she was like, "You were trying to see your son at 2 a.m." He was like, "Yeah, I went over here." Like, you asked for a massage. Like, she reading the message like that don't mean nothing. What did you mean it don't mean nothing? What the fuck is she giving you a massage for? If you talk about you were going to see her, or why are you asking her to give you a massage?
He was going to see his child and get a massage.
But I think Bambi is probably the most mature one. Like his first baby mom, Erica, they was married. I think Bambi, I think she has her whatever, but I think she was trying to be the most patient. They had 3 kids, and like, but they wasn't married for that long. But I think he's really immature. Like, and he's like, and from how she talking to other people, like I said, how she was telling, um even though she said the guy was controlling, I could see that because she's like, he got her in the house and she's out of state from where she lives, won't let her go home. But it's not just for no reason. She's pregnant. She's had multiple miscarriages. He's trying to make sure that the baby is safe and everything. I don't think it's like you can't.
Controlling is crazy. People just don't like nobody to tell them what to do. People like to do whatever they want, and they don't want nobody saying they can't do anything different or whatever.
But then
they don't want they don't want no structure around they like they grown.
But yeah, and I think, but that's what I'm saying. She said that about him, which I don't necessarily agree with because of the situation. It would have to be more context for me to say it is a fine line. Like, but I don't think in that case it is. But she also did mention things that the friend needs to work on too, and she said that this happened too quick, and I agree with that too. So I think for the stuff she be saying, and she be talking to her other friends, trying to give them, and she is a little ratchet at if you take her there. But I feel like she is a more mature one of the people on the show. Like, she don't be with the drama. Even like when they started arguing, she walked away. She didn't get in it. She didn't say anything else no more and let them have the conversation or whatever. Like, so I think out of all the women that he's been with, she's been the most, well, at least how she was on the show. She's been the most reasonable, and but I think Scrappy is the problem in this scenario because you got all these failed relationships. I mean, nobody's with the first person most of the time or whatever. But I think it's really not saying she's perfect. She has an attitude. She can if you take it, but I think she has more patience and she learned how to work with. And when she does get upset, that you have the right to be upset about, like not just for no reason or little stupid stuff. That Jessica is being a brat, and then he's like, "Oh my god!" And then you see the ring. He did good. Like, I hate when they say that he did good just because the ring is nice. That means he did good. Wait for the marriage and see how that turns out.
So it's funny that.
Oh, and Bambi tried to say, because she was like, that sounds like some get out shit. Like, they got you living on the compound with the family and you isolated in that.
See, that's crazy. See, that's the opposite of what Megan Thee Stallion claim is going on. So there was a post yesterday, I believe. Megan Thee Stallion posted on Instagram, I think this was.
That Klay.
Cheating, have me around your whole family playing house.
Well, that's different because they were together. But.
You and you down held you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me. Your basketball season, now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. That's what she wrote.
Like they're like saying,
but it's like she's saying it like she's just like saying it like not. I don't think she's saying it to him. Because the way that she talks, I think she's just saying it like
in general.
In general, like in her statement.
Thoughts.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying that because I have, maybe that's not how she's saying it this time, but I be hearing women do that. When they get mad at their man or somebody they dealing with, they be like, bitch, whatever, and they're addressing them that way. Not saying like BAN, but they talking to them like how some women address their friends, and I don't like that. I don't talk to my friends like that. But I'm saying, I'm like, it's just disrespectful. Like, I don't know. And first of all, listen, he's a basketball player. He's light skinned. He's tall. He's probably like 6.
But see, that's the thing. They didn't expect it because everybody like, yo, he a cornball, this, that, whatever.
Yeah, he may be a cornball, but women, I don't care about that. As he's not necessarily my cup of tea. I don't care how tall you are or whatever. But these are things that most women like. This will be. He's a basketball player. A lot of women only care about money. He's the big. What is it? The big three? Wasn't he a part of that at one point? But they not Splash together brother. No more. Yeah. But yeah, so he's somebody that most women would want to be attached to regardless. He might be, I don't know his personality or whatever, but like maybe it won't last because that happens, but they're going to be drawn to him automatically. So he's going to have the opportunity to cheat, and men are going to cheat anyway. So if you're in that position, you have more opportunities.
Opportunity, yeah. But you don't have to act but Russell Wilson also has the opportunity and chose to turn a 304 into a housewife. Oh. So that's basically what they saying. Well, that's what they saying, man. Somebody else is sloppy seconds.
Doesn't matter if you were in a relationship with
but they're just looking at how she behaves, her behavior, and how she is on social media and shit like that. That's all they really care about. That's the perception when you're a celebrity. You can't just be if that's how you are and you're just being normal, you're just being yourself and you're not promiscuous and you're a homebody and all that.
Because that's what I'm asking. Does it matter if it's an actual relationship? Because the people that we see
were they married?
No.
So yeah, that matters.
No, I'm not talking about who she's with now. They're calling her a 304. Yeah, she wasn't just sleeping with. I don't know about who
daddy. They was together.
Yeah, and all the other people that she was in a relationship with. 50 Cent. There wasn't like she was just smashing situation. I would think if these men committed to you, well, I don't know. Hollywood is different.
I mean, I'm not saying that she's like that, but I'm saying in Meg Thee Stallion's case, it was a dude trying to turn a 304 into a housewife. Well, we looked at Klay as like if he was like Russell Wilson. We call him a simp because he took this chick that everybody done had and all this other stuff, and she taking pictures with him. He's spending mad money on her and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, he just like everybody else in standard of what they say.
I think Meg would fall more into that category than Sierra because there are men that she was just sleeping with.
But they're only saying it because okay, you took somebody else's baby mother under whatever circumstance, and you decided to marry her and raise his son and have other children with her. There's nothing wrong with that. But on the other side of their relationship, what people see outside of it is she's twerking with her friends on cars and posting it, and she's doing all this other stuff, right? That's not music video related or anything like that. This is just shit that she's doing. That is not the behavior that a married woman would do. Now, she is an entertainer, so I'll give you that. Just like Rihanna, just like Beyonce, whatever. But what I'm saying is the way they look at it is she wasn't just like his first woman. She was someone else, another entertainer's woman, and she's already in that diaspora. So that's why they're attaching to him, and also some of his teammates, how they feel about him as as an individual, his demeanor, his mannerisms, and shit like that. Like he's a pushover. So all of those things attribute to how men are taking him. Klay, on the other hand, he might be more of a silent assassin.
Yeah, he could have got with her just because he felt like that's what he needed to do to smash, and he probably was still
right. He could have been just playing the game, like you know what I mean. But nobody's seen it that way because they're like, yo, why he? First thing people were saying was like, yo, why he messing with? Nobody said like Sierra's attractive. Nobody said like, yo, why Russell Wilson messing with her? It's just because that was Future's one of Future's baby mothers. Like a woman that made a terrible decision to be another baby mother to a dude that has like 9 other baby mothers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you do it? Poor decision maker. And then you try to change your perception. Maybe give them kudos to that. You know what I mean? They're in a secure relationship. I'm happy for them because they're able to sustain it. And let's just see how long this goes and how far it goes. You know what I mean?
And
It's
that's what I'm
more
saying.
happy
And
wife,
it
happy
seemed
life
like
type
they're
situation.
happy. That's what we see. We don't know. And I think people should not. And I get what people say, like, if you're wearing a 304 outfit, then they're gonna, because they don't know you personally or whatever. They
Right.
can only go by what's portrayed and what's the beliefs of those
Yeah,
portrayals.
I'm not saying Sierra's a 304. She just like was a woman that made a poor choice, and now that's just something that's on her. But she's with a guy that cares for her and that takes care of her, and that's really what it should be. You know what I mean? If he's
And he seems to be okay
a
with
good guy,
her
man. You know what I
because she
mean?
was an
They
entertainer
really love each
before.
other.
So I
They
think
care
if
about each
he's
other.
okay with it, he doesn't feel disrespected. As far as we know, he has never come out. And now, if he's saying that, and then you still choosing to deal with it, and she's not changing it, then that's different because you was already doing that when you got with her. So it would have been different if she just started this behavior after y'all got together, but you met
Like
her that
honestly,
way.
like with every man, we all have to understand this that you not really nobody first. You know what I mean? Like you want to be somebody's first, but you're really not. Like you're just like you're the
Uh-huh.
fill-in person, and however long that is. A woman said to me, an older
There's
woman,
virgins
and
out there.
an older woman said to me that um, after a while you just gotta move on. You just like is that really the idea? Is that what women are teaching other young women? Like you just gotta move on after a while. Like 20 years is a long enough time. Like after that, just
That's
nobody
funny
wants
that
to
you said
forever.
that because I was watching again. This is on Love and Hip Hop because I was just binge watching it because I don't really watch it anymore. But there was nothing else. There was nothing to watch. I caught up on my other shows, whatever. So I just was watching the old. I didn't watch this most recent season. And Yandy and DC are, I guess they're separated now, but technically they were never really married. They just had the ceremony, but they never filled out the paperwork because at the time he was going through uh legal trouble. Like he had to go to prison, and if they owe restitution and you're their wife, then you can have to. Because when they go to jail, they charge them for that. They have to pay that money back to the state. And if you're married to them, then now you take on those charges too. And because she was aware of that, she didn't want to sign the actual paper. So technically, they're not married. They don't need to get a divorce because they just had a ceremony and never filed the paperwork. But anyway, they're separated now and they've been together like 20 years. She helped raise his son that he had already, and they have kids together. And it appears that they both cheated on each other, although he said he didn't to somebody because they were like, because she was like, I think y'all should work it out. Like I think she cheated on you, you cheated on her, and then he was like, you don't know if I cheated. How do you know? He was like, you assume that I cheated, but you ain't see me do it. And this is Lil Zane's wife that's saying this to him that y'all cheated on each other. You should just work it out, whatever. And I don't know. I just think, yeah, if they happen to get, and it's hurting them. They both don't want to, like, cause he was crying a little bit. He's not the, you know, he's not really a sensitive. He doesn't appear to be like that. Like I never see him cry up there before. I don't know him personally, obviously, but he don't be just crying or whatever. So like when they sat down, they were talking or whatever, like, and she was crying and stuff, but they was like, we need to separate because I don't know. I just feel like it's um we're both miserable and we're just together just living in the house, but we don't, it's not the same, like, because so much stuff has had, he got other baby moms and there was issues with them early on, especially before he went to prison, because her she wanted her kids to have a relationship with their sibling, but if he's here, he wouldn't handle that or whatever. But if he go into prison, they got to get along so the siblings can still get to be around each other. But they didn't like her, and it was like a whole bit. So she went through all that, waited for him to get out of prison. Like they think they had another baby when he got out. Um, and they've been together and they had ups and downs and stuff. But and it was sad because you could tell they really care. Like I said, they both was like crying, and she's a woman, so she cries. She's emotional. But not like that. Not like some women. But I have seen her cry before. But like I said, I didn't. It showed that I feel like he really did care, but he feel like he do feel some type of way. She said she didn't physically cheat, but she had an emotional affair. Like she has feelings for someone else. I don't know. I feel like they had an agreement at some point to be open because there was so much going on. They're not saying that, but it seems like because when stuff would be coming out, it's like they wouldn't care, like they wouldn't react really to it, and no, and then they wouldn't say nothing on the show. They didn't want to tell the business, so we still really don't know. Only that they're separated, but like I think, and then that's what happened. She ended up catching feelings for the other guy, and she um said that to him, and he's like, I don't know if I can deal. Like he's talking to his friends now, he's saying stuff like, I don't know, and he like, well, they like you're talking to Young Jock and Zane and Scrappy, little Zane and Scrappy, like, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Like we've been like I knew her for half my life. We've been together, like, and she helped him raise his son. Like the mom is there, but like I think he lived with them. So he was with his mom, but then I don't know. They decided to let him come live with them. I don't think she was really a good mom like that. I mean, she wasn't like on drugs or nothing, but they were more stable as a two-parent household. It was just a better environment. Like, and I guess she needed help financially or whatever, so they agreed to do that, whatever. So the son is like 21 now or 20, I don't know. And then they have other kids that are younger. So is I'm like I think because you asked about like it should like when it's like that when you could clearly see that they love each other and they really care. I think you should try to fight like go, but it's like they have tried. They've gone to therapy and they still ain't fully leaving. They just saying we separated for now. But then he came back and he was like, I I think that we're no we used to be best friends before we got together, like we was friends or whatever. Like I don't think we're friends anymore. Like I think that's part of the problem. I think we need to try to rebuild that friendship. And she was she started talking shit. Like this is the shit that was making me mad with like she doing a confessional. When they be talking to the camera, and she like he talk about he wanna be friends. Like I don't know what the fuck that means. Have you ever? And then he made a mural or did something or whatever for her, set a poem. I don't know something that he did, and she was like, "Have you ever done that for Jock or Scrappy? What the fuck you talk about a friend?" Like I don't know, but she didn't say that to him. She was talking like when they talk about themselves to the camera, and then it came out. She was like, "What do you mean, friend?" Like it was like, "I just think we," but she think that's bullshit. Like he's saying, I think we need to just start over. I guess that's what he's trying to say. Like no expectation to be back together, but see if we can like start over and try to fix it. But they have gone to therapy. I don't know how long they went, and I think they did both was sleeping have slept with other people or at least one other person. He definitely did, especially early on. He was still messing with his baby moms. He had two baby mothers before her, and he was paying for an apartment for her, like, and he was still paying that, like, while they were together. And then that had come out, but this was like years ago. She stayed with him after all that, whatever. Like they had their own kids. Like so, I think like, but you can't speak for other people. For me, like, if I've been with somebody for that long, it must be something with you, because I wouldn't just be with you if I ain't care. I'm not going to be with you for 1 year if I don't feel that for you. So if I'm with you for half my life, like, I would want to do everything that we can to try to make it, to try to stay, because it's like, who wants to waste all that time? Like, and how does it get to, like, I really can't stay? I don't know. It's not that they don't like each other anymore. They clearly care, because they both getting emotional about it and crying. And before, man, DC ain't want to talk about this shit when they're asking. Now every scene he in chilling with the dudes or whatever, they at a party or somebody having, or they at the bar, and he keep talking about it. He bringing it up on his own. Before he said, "Don't be talking about my business," because Lil Zane was being messy and bringing up everybody's shit. I don't know, which is true. He shouldn't, but you ain't, when they was asking you questions, you ain't want to answer it, but now you won't shut up about it. So it's like, you need to get back together, because you're not. I don't know. But he got an apartment, so I don't know. And then the son was like, "What is this?" And then he's like, his son, but that's like his mom too, because he lives there. He loves her too. Um, but he was like, "This is just where I'm gonna be staying here right now." And he's like, "I understand," but he said he do feel, you know, he didn't want them to separate, because that's like his parents. Even though he's old, I think he's 20 or 21, but like, she was in his life since he was young, and and then the other kids are younger. That do be affecting the kids when the family split up like that, because some whoever some parent don't get this, they don't see them as much. You're not waking up in the house no more, and now it's like you only see them on the weekend, or I don't know, depending on what agreements that you have. But it's like, that's a huge um change. You want kids need to have a routine, and they need to feel comfortable, and they need stability. And when a parent moves out of the home and they've been living there, that takes away that stability, and it can be traumatic. And if they were never there, they get used to it, but it may not be a good thing to get used to, depending on their things that one parent can't teach. Like, you need both of your parents. That's how it was supposed to be. And even if they're around, like I said, the one who they're around the most gonna probably have the biggest influence on them. And in some cases, that may not be the one that you want to have the biggest influence, because they don't always make the right decisions, or they, like the women, they may not want you to see them because you're not hitting it no more, or you got a new girlfriend or something, or vice versa. The guy could not want to be around because the woman has a new man or whatever. So it's like, it creates toxic situations. It's rare that people separate when they have kids, and it's amicable, because if that's the case, then why you break up in the first place? Like, I would think it had to be something totally detrimental for you to leave after you invested all that time. And if you're just able to act like nothing transpired and just go on about your day and keep everything, I mean, that's being mature. But then it's like, why did you? Because it wouldn't be easy to do that if you still love the person, and nothing, you know, it you still have feelings for them. So it's not going to be easy to see them every day. They come in to pick up your kid and stuff like that. It's going to be hard for you to move on, because you're going to, and I don't even mean move on like in the physical sense, like dating other people. Move on in your mind and in your heart. If you're seeing them every day because you want them to see their parent, they still living together. They was at one point, he got an apartment, but like, it's just, it don't make sense. If you still care, then you should. And I think people don't. I think people be
Be
just
ego.
making drastic decisions, and then they regret it after, because you sometimes you will be with somebody all that time. You don't find nobody that's, you might find somebody else, but it's not like that person. Like, is that was your person that you were supposed to be with, and you just threw it away, like you said, because of ego or whatever. Like, you just gave up. and you can't, and nobody compares to them. And that could be a good or a bad thing, depending on what type of relationship it was. But let's assume it was a healthy relationship, and the things that you were disagreeing over were things that could have been worked on. But people don't want to do the work because it is relationship is a lot. Like you gotta, and then you gotta still live your normal life outside of that. You gotta go to work and do and deal with your family and other all the stresses of the world. Then you gotta come home. You want to come home to a person every day that you can't stand. And was it always that way? How did, and if not, how did they become a person that you can't stand? Or was it you? Because you both are gonna change after 20 years. You're definitely not gonna be. You have the same personality, but you've learned new things. You should have. Or you've grown mentally. You've evolved. Like you have different. Your career's probably changed, and like you're a different person. Like you're still you, your character, whatever. But you might have different beliefs. You might have different goals that you want to achieve that may interfere with the relationship. Like you might get a new job and then it's going to take you away from home more. So now you're spending less time with your spouse, and then that becomes an issue. And then you're arguing all the time, and that's where they can't stand. But it could be something that could be worked on. Like, because your hours, well, we got to pay the bills. Like, you don't make enough doing your, because then they're like, oh, he needs to make six figures or more or whatever. I'm not doing 50-50. Well, you're doing 100 by yourself, so that's dumb because any amount of money helps. It is not in life. Living is expensive, so I don't think that people should be. I mean, if you could, some people are blessed enough that they could say you got to be this or you got to do that, and they can get exactly what they want. At least at first glance, and but it may not pan out that way over time. But on paper, they can get whatever they want. But everybody's not that lucky, so I don't think you should be putting restrictions. You're most of the time not going to get 100% of everything that you're looking for, and you shouldn't be putting extra restrictions that's going to lower your chances of finding someone that are stupid. Like he does need to have a job. I'm gonna say that he needs to be able to take care of himself, but it doesn't have to be six figures or more. And most people are not making six figures or more. So that's another thing. But that's a small percent of people that are in that. It's a large number when you do the numbers because of how many people are in the world, but it's still a small percent. You're not going to meet all of those people. That these are people spread out around the world. You only live in a certain area unless you're moving somewhere to go look for somebody, a particular thing or whatever. Most people are not doing that. Like you said, they're dating the people in the area, people they run into, whatever. Or if they're online, then maybe. But if they're online dating, but you know, I think I don't even remember what I was saying, but I think that people, I think they should that people should stick together. I hope Mindy C and Yandy work it out.
Yeah, people have been together for like 50 years, like that'd be something. And they got kids and, you know, grandkids, great grandkids. It's beautiful to see like
Yeah,
an expensive family.
let me see it later. Yeah, it is, and I've said this before, but there was this girl that I was really cool with when I was at Job Corps. I would say she was like my bestie, but I follow her on Instagram. We follow each other, but she's married. Um, she met the guy on while we was at Job Corps, and they were dating. They ended up in a relationship, and now they've been married for it's been more than three at least. Um, and they have kids, and they be posting pictures and stuff, and it's so cute. I'm so happy. haven't spoken to her in a while, but I'll be seeing her post on Instagram. But that was the whole deal. It was me, her, and the boy. We was like besties. When we were hanging out. She came over one time to chill. And I don't be bringing people to my house, so but I'm so happy for her. And the guy was cool, like, cause we went to school. He came after we were already there, but I'm happy for them. I hope um that they stay together. And she was a little spicy too, but he was a boxer, so maybe I'm not saying that he's a boxer like he did something, but maybe he got that to make her submit. She was a little spicy, I remember. But it is a good thing to see people.
I even like a good comeback story.
If they break up and then get back together.
Yeah, because like.
And then they stay back.
It means
because Jennifer,
if they stay together.
Jennifer Lopez, how many times she done spun the block? Jenny from the block.
He was on Mark. What's his name? What's the dude's name? The singer. Mark Anthony won't take her back.
But she was with Ben Affleck more than once, right?
Because Ben Affleck was just having fun with her.
Yeah, because you know in Hollywood they just be marrying people. It's easier for them. They don't care about money and stuff
it's
like
that.
Leasing
a car.
Yeah, they just like
they
okay,
relationships.
and then they're like, okay, I'm done. Just call the lawyer.
Motherfuckers out here leasing people.
Or they already have it set up from the beginning. They got agreements because some people, the only people that be really going to court, like about child support and stuff like that, be regular bitches, like you know, well, I don't want to say the B word, but regular women, average women, average working women or whatever, and they with someone and then they be doing that. I don't really see there's a couple of instances where there were celebrities and they was going to court about alimony and stuff like that, but you usually only see that when it's uneven in the finance, when one is like a famous person and something like, and then the other one is usually the woman. She's trying to, but I haven't seen, like, I know what was I about to say, I don't know. Yeah, it's usually it doesn't be like that. They have like an agreement already. They probably already got the paperwork set up. Like this is gonna happen. They got the prenup, whatever. When they ready to end it, they just file that shit and be done with it. Then that should be like they got divorced 6 months ago. Ain't nobody even know that this shit happened. They don't even know when they got married again. They be sneaking to get married too, some of them. And sometimes be just publicity stunts. They got a movie coming out or something. New music. Be like, you guys will be the new it couple. So just like that girl Lori. She done. Now that I don't know, but then she was in relationships with these people, wasn't she? But it was too quick. It was like back to back to back. Couple months go by, and now she's spotted with someone else. Like, let your Gucci breathe. Like, I don't. That's just ridiculous. And I don't.
She liked the clout. She liked the attention. She liked because she was nothing before that. You know what I mean? After that, she in rap songs and you know what I mean? And just because of who her father is, this dude made a book.
That ain't even her father.
Well,
it's her stepfather.
But he made a book basically saying, women need to take charge and think like a man to avoid all of these red flags. And his daughter became the biggest red flag of all. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Well, they say he pimping her. And they said heard that she was pregnant by Diddy, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. But someone told us that.
There's a lot of good stuff out there. I mean,
Or
fish around.
she had the kid already. Actually, yeah, I think that's what they said.
Maybe.
I don't know if I believe that, but
Allegedly, there's some Jay-Z and Rihanna up there.
yeah, I think they probably some of these people do be sleeping with the just like Freddie P said, they went to go get the cheesecake for Beyonce. What the hell was Beyonce doing at P Diddy's house? Because they don't have no music together, and he don't got no music with Jay Z.
Mm.
So and he didn't say Jay Z was there. Well, I don't know. He said go bring her the
Maybe they was
cheesecake for
doing a
Beyonce.
surprise for his birthday.
No,
It
he
was
said it was for Beyonce. He didn't say
it was
it's
for
a,
Beyonce for Jay.
okay. Why is Diddy giving them that? They don't even.
Because he loves him. That's his brother.
I don't even know what they be together for. They don't got no music together, but they will be. I mean, they have artists, I guess, so maybe their artists collab. I don't know, cause that's weird too. Two of the biggest names in the industry, and they never made no songs together.
She don't be wanting niggas dancing all in her videos like that.
I know, and he's sure gonna let you know, like, like if you tired of dancing in your
I don't
videos
even think
and
Jay-Z really has any in his videos. He probably had like one or two, if that.
Jay, what songs do they have
I
together? They
don't
don't
know.
got no songs together.
Probably. I mean, it could have been something Rockefeller like a long time ago, like the early '90s. But I definitely know about Brooklyn's Finest, and that was a Bad Boy affiliation track. That was Biggie and Jay-Z. And that's on Jay-Z album.
To give you peace of my mind. Yeah, can't knock the hustle.
Yeah, came out the hustle. And Brooklyn's Finest.
But yeah, I don't know. They all weird and highly weird. They all be smashing each other, and they all be having freak offs. Somebody on Love and Hip Hop said somebody be having freak offs. I don't know if that was a joke. I think they were just being funny because he just be cheating on everybody every time he's in a relationship. But because they didn't spend too much time on it, it was just they were having an argument. And he said, "Nigga, you be having freak offs or something." And he was like, "Whatever." I don't know who they said that to. I think it was Scrappy. Cause he just a hoe. Cause how you have a, but then come to find out, he was already messing with that girl that he had a threesome with, and he had everybody thinking that the only time that, like everybody, not even just women that he was dealing with, he made it seem like he only smashed her when they had a threesome, and that's how she got pregnant. That he was never dealing with her after that sexually,
Mm.
but he was lying. And I don't. And if they watch this show, I don't know why you, unless you just want to be on TV, you want that storyline. But you see what he do, and you think you're gonna be different. If you're okay with it, then by all means. But if you think, if you expecting him to not do it because you're you,
Like,
then
why complain about it if you already knew this how he was? Like, why people be trying to change people?
that's what I'm saying. That girl didn't even seem like she was mad because the new girlfriend, when the last baby mom um showed her the text messages and stuff. She wasn't even. Then she went and talked to his ex-wife, and then she was. They had a conversation, and She was like, she don't even seem like she cared. Like she was talking, Bambi was talking to the confessional. Like if a woman is hearing this and this is your man, you would think you would be upset. But she's just like, I don't know what to think or whatever. But but she don't care. She just asking her questions and she was just answering it because they're not together. But she's like, well, I'm sorry, girl, but he be saying inappropriate stuff. She said he'll do that. He'll try to, and that's what he do. Try to flap back and forth. But Bambi's not doing it. They divorced. She let him see the kids and stuff when he wanted to see the kids. But she said he has said stuff to her like try to be slick, like oh we should just take the kids and leave the country. Like what? Why would you say that? And you have other kids that live in the country. So why would you do that? And you in the relationship with someone else. And she's like, oh.
Because sometimes it just seems simpler to just run away from your problems. Like I was thinking about the other day when you was talking about men's mental health and men in general, we we tend to have a lot of things on our mind. We think about a lot of things. And in the midst of everything overwhelming us, we prioritize other things. So sometimes we don't deal with other things that's important to other people the way that they would like us to deal with it. So we just deal with it the easiest way we can. We just try to find a simpler solution or just escape from it. Like, yo, will this just make you feel better? Just saying what you might want to hear, but how can you rationalize that? How does that make me feel better? Because I'm gonna put somebody else at a disadvantage. I don't want to do that. Why don't you take all of us out of the country? You know, but that's not the easy solution for the man. He has. How can he do that? He's not gonna
But
be able
she,
to
the
be able to
problem
pay for
is that's his
everybody.
ex-wife, and he has a girlfriend. You should not. She wasn't paying him no mind, but she told the girlfriend because she asked her, "Has he been saying anything inappropriate to you or anything?" She was like, "I don't want him, but this is what happened." He'll say little stuff like, and then he'll get mad at her. This is what I was about to say. He'll get mad at her if she says, "No, I don't know what you're talking about. Like you here to see your kids and." That's that. He'll get mad and then stop coming around for a little bit if she when she tell him when she turn him down. But yeah, you if you gonna do that, you should take your other kids or move all of them out. You got money. They all on the show, so why not? Not everybody don't be up there all the time. So the more episodes you want, you probably get more. But but I think his first baby mom, she be with it. She already because when he divorced his wife, then they was they're messing around a little bit after he got a divorce. He started messing back with his first wife or baby mom. Cause they had a kid. I think they did get married, or he proposed to her, but he was. It was said that Bambi was like messing with like it overlapped, but she said it didn't. So I don't know. But anyway, her name is Erica, and she always be willing like his mom just had hip surgery, and she came to the hospital because her mom is cool with her. Because there was a time when, like I said, his mom done got into all his girlfriends and wives, baby moms. Bless you. Well, not the new one yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Because she's just messy. She's too old for that. And that's why he act like he do too, because you need to stay out of that. That's not your man. That's the way she is. Be and there's a lot of the mothers up there. Like they get Lil Zane mother and his wife mother was about to fight. His wife's stepmother. Like and they mad old. Why not? They old and too damn old to be. acting like that.
But it be like that. They be old and they still be acting like they young as fuck. Wearing young people shit.
She was
I was
like,
watching Nipsey shit the other day. This chick came up there. She was 43, and they thought she was like 27. You know, like, man, she don't look young. She just got on young clothes. It was they
she
was
was a
in
10-year citizen.
yeah, they was in Indianapolis. It was Mike Epps up there. Sometimes they'll have like a guest from that state.
The nap. That's what they should call it. I remember that girl was accused of unaliving people, and that's where she was from, Indianapolis. And she looked crazy. She did that job. I forgot her name. Bonnie Blue or Bonnie something. She was a rapper. And she was talking about crazy. She was talking about crazy shit in her music. I don't know if she still makes music. This is a few years ago. I had seen an interview, and she was accused of unaliving this girl, and she was mad hard. She was like a thug. Like she looked like somebody. She was a pretty girl, but the way she dressed is like when the dude just get out or something, and then he have or even in the yard they be having the hat like and they be like flipped up right here. Then they got that jacket on, like it's like a jail jacket. That's what it looked like she had on, but it wasn't because she wasn't in jail. But the way she was dressed, like she was just like she just looked like she did some time, or she looked like she did, and her eyes was just like you you never look at somebody's eyes and they just look evil. Like you just they look like they don't have no soul. Like their eyes are just dark. Not the
She
color,
had the
but it's
darkest
like
eyes, the
mm,
devil's eyes. That's what
yeah, like I
yeah,
think she
I know people that have that look like a great white shark, like just like some animal that's just about to go crazy on you.
and the guy was asking her like, "Did you do it?" And then it was like she was like, I don't know what she said, but she obviously didn't answer. She was like, I don't know. They
I
never
feel
because
like
she never really
some
got
people just look like they did it.
they never really got her. They didn't get her. They didn't charge her with anything. They just brought her in for questioning. But it was this girl had came to her. I guess she was with this guy and some girl he used to mess with or something. I don't know. They invited her over. They was having a party, and then she went missing. And then they found her in the backyard or something, and buried in the backyard or something like that. I don't know. Then this was on the news and everything like this, and they have it was in their backyard. So that where they found her at, and that was the last place she was seen. She had went to go. They was having a party. She went there, and her and the girl didn't get along with each other. So I don't know if the husband, because she was married. I think she was married, or that was her boyfriend or something. And I think he got charged with it, or it's unsolved. They never got nobody. But she moved somewhere else, and she said she trying to do better or whatever. But she was making her music, but like I think she did that shit, or she got something to do with it, or she did some shit that she didn't get caught for, because she just looked too hard and so that's that. But it's not like aesthetics wise. It's just her demeanor and stuff. She looked like a woman. She's a pretty girl, whatever. But the way she carried herself and how she talked and stuff, like you done did some shit. You've been through something. But it's like how people. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's your environment or the people you around are being a criminal, or he had been in trouble before. So maybe she's seen stuff, or she was a part of stuff because she was with him.
That's like David.
But I think
Like
she
how
was.
did he do
I
what he
think she
did?
was selling drugs, too.
Like what type of dude was he?
But we don't know if he did.
Well,
Like I said, I don't know if Bonnie did it. I just think she did.
I mean,
But
he convicted, right?
no, they
No.
put charges. They got to go to trial and stuff. They can't just unless he pleads guilty and is don't want to.
Is he in PC?
I don't know. But yeah, and then David is weird even for making those songs because why are you making songs talk about in my mind you died and I don't know. But this was before this happened. You already talk about that she gone, and then it really happened. I just think it doesn't make it's dumb. If you did do it, it's too simple. Like it would make more sense if somebody set him up because you would you really be that dumb, but then he could be like narcissistic people will do some shit that they know is stupid, but they'll think that they're clever enough to pull it off because they'll people will believe that you're not dumb enough to do that. But then they still get caught, like because it's like their ego, like you really think I would do like they'll probably say some shit like that to you. That'll be
That's
their
the only thing that makes sense, right?
It's not because he could have done it, but I'm saying it's dumb.
No, what
Cause
I'm saying no. What you said, like for him to be narcissistic and just think that I'm just,
I'm that good. Like
I'm that good.
they would
They'll
never
never
think.
suspect that
Do
of
you
me.
like? And you would say that. You really think I would? Do you really think like in the good time? He said, "You really think that I would try to hurt my own?" Oh, but remember what you said. She's not my mom. She's your mom. And he really was doing this stuff. So like, um, that'll be a that could be a response. But then I'm also saying that because there were other people that had access to one of his places where he was supposed to be living, and they had access to the car because he wasn't even in town; he was on tour. So that's another reason why I said it could have possibly been, or at least there's other people involved if he did do it. I don't think he did it alone. Because when they found her, he wasn't down there. She had only been there. She had been there for a few days or for like a week. I don't know. It had started to smell. She hadn't been there for that long before somebody reported it because it was stink, and then they came and found her. And they're saying this is also something that they're alleging that he could have, she could have passed away maybe in OD, and they tried to hide the body because they were scared. They didn't want to be blamed for it. But that's still a crime, also, even if you didn't do it. Because that does look bad. If you're with someone, they're gonna they're gonna question you about it. If someone, but I don't know. I think if you called them right away and reported it, and they came and got them, and you really weren't involved, they would just question you and rule it as if everything matched up, then they will rule it as you know you did yourself. Um, so I don't know. If he didn't do it, I hope they find the person that did and that he doesn't. Um, but I guess that's what makes the most sense. But it doesn't make sense at the same time for you to be dumb enough to leave her in. I feel like whoever did it, if it was him or somebody else, they probably were planning on moving the body, but they didn't get a chance to do it because it was hot too. That's why the body decomposed so quickly. I think they put her in the car and they were planning on moving the body somewhere else, but because he was on
That's
tour
so
with his
sad.
son. Because why would you just leave it in there? That's dumb too. Like the fact that you must have had, it is sad. She was young too. It's you must have had some other plans for you to be, unless you just made this rash decision, like thinking like fuck it, I don't know what else to do. I'm just, or you thought you was gonna get back in time or have somebody else, or maybe you told somebody else to do it. And it was like f that, I'm not getting involved in this shit. Lucky I don't call the cops. Like, because the people around him, they knew he was messing with. You can't just do that unless you evil and then just go on about your life. You performing and shit. But there have been people that committed that unalived people, and like them sisters that unalived their mom and then they went to school. People be I don't know. You need to study it. They don't study enough. After all this time, they still can't figure out what's wrong with these people. Listen, parents, okay? It's your responsibility too. Pay attention to your kids. If they showing signs of like mental illness or that they're a little nutty or they try to choke their sibling or do some crazy something like, or they was standing, you wake up and they standing over you or something at night, like you need to get them tested and make sure that they good. Take them to a therapist before they become a little Michael Myers or Jeffrey Dahmer. Because I think sometimes the school be saying something like, this kid, or I seen movies and stuff, it was that, but there's in real cases they told them too, and they took them out of school, or took them to a different school or some shit or whatever. And they're like, look, or the kid is drawing demons and shit on the on the paper and like get beating the kids up, holding them down and stinging with a bee or something, and like doing crazy stuff.
It has
And
been
then
drawing these pictures.
yeah, and then he was like, "Well, a kid's gonna be a kid. I ain't got time for this." Like, all right, you gonna wake up and not wake up? I mean, that don't make sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you gotta. There was this little girl too that she tried to. She got these people adopted her. I think she was between like 3 and 5 or something like that. She was in the system because her father was abusing her. He was essing her, and she was a baby. Like she was only like 5, or she was no older than 5 when the people adopted her. So that's just crazy. So she was all messed up. She had issues even at that young. She was doing. She tried to unalive her brother. Well, the family had a son already, and she tried to. I think like twice or something. And but they put her in therapy and stuff. They sent her somewhere for treatment for help to try to figure out why she why she was acting like that. And she's grown up now, and she hasn't, I guess, the work whatever they did for her. But she ain't till on now. She didn't. Um, Eventually, she came back home and they raised her. And I think she's a nurse now or something. I don't know. But I think she's something in the medical field. But if you catch it early, I'm saying that to say you might can make a change. But if you just ignore it and act like, and that goes for anything because people seem to think Krishan is ignoring her son's condition, but we don't know what she's. We know that she's not acknowledging it publicly. But that doesn't mean that she's not getting him treatment or care or whatever level of education, or whatever they need to do to help him. She's just not talking about it to us. She's acting like everything's okay. But people ignore stuff or they don't want to believe it or whatever. But you don't have to necessarily give the medication, but if you notice something's not right, you should go and get medical attention or seek counseling or something. Because I don't recommend medication. I'm not, because I think that's what people automatically assume when you say mental health, that they're trying to put you on medication, something. Not saying that. You need to figure out what's wrong with you. If you're that young, you shouldn't be trying to do things like that to people. And maybe it's something that they'll grow out of, but maybe not. Because what if they go too far and now you're an unalive or you done did it, but you don't even. So it's like that's repeated behavior or just other things that's like something is not right with you. You're not moving at the pace that you should be, and every kid is different, but there are certain things that at a certain point you should have got. It's not specific for everyone, but it's at least at by this age you should be doing this, or you should have started doing that, or whatever. Like, so people, I think that helps a lot. If you just gotta pay attention to your kids and don't be so green, and don't think that, don't be ashamed to like seek a professional, because you want your kid to be healthy. And sometimes when you discover things, it's like when people be autistic, they're like, Tony Braxton has an autistic son, but he done graduated from college because she got, because some people don't be getting diagnosed with that. There's some people, they didn't know they was autistic till they was like 30 or whatever. I watch this guy be interviewing people with different disorders and stuff, bipolar, schizophrenia, and they be having multiple things wrong. Like, she was autistic and bipolar, I think, or something. But um, there be people that don't find that out, or they don't be knowing what's wrong with them, why they act the way they do, or whatever, and stuff like that. And then people just think they're weird or whatever because they got little quirky behaviors and stuff that they be doing. But I think at least to give you a peace of mind, then they can they teach you coping mechanisms on how to help with your anxiety and your whatever your conditions are when you have these different things, how to communicate with people and not um, and help you with social cues and stuff like that, because they struggle with that. Um, well, the ones that are, there's different levels, but the point I'm trying to make is, if just pay attention to your kids, and if you notice that something is not right with them, whether it's mentally, physically, whatever, then you should get help. If the teacher comes to you and tells you that your kid is doing some weird shit, then listen to, at least pay more attention to them, at least. Unless,
Don't
and
be
if
so
it's,
dismissive.
yeah, be
I
more
see, like,
open
this
minded.
is why the social workers and parents have conflicts, because the social workers feel like the parents don't really give a shit. Parents are busy, they working, they're tired, you know what I mean? We got our kids in the school with you. You guys watch our kids and make sure that they're safe and nothing happens to them until we pick them up. That's what parents think, but it's not babysitting. You're teaching your kids something, and your kid is not getting the education that they deserve. So you need to be more involved with it. Some parents don't know how to do the simple arithmetic or the simple English material that they have to do for homework. These are disadvantages that the children have at home. They can't afford the tutors, and they can't afford the after school programs and shit like that. And
Nigga,
they're not providing those things
got
anymore
chat
with the
GPT.
government. So it's a lot of shit that happens that affects everybody, but nobody wants to work together. The social workers are so bent on taking the kids out of the fucking homes, they don't even look at how hard it is for the parents to even raise the fucking kids. You know what I mean? They gotta feed the kid and make sure the kid got a place to stay, but it's hard. It's hard out here to just keep $1 in your pocket. You know what I mean? So like with the understanding of that, just how discouraging it is to be a human being, you just gotta hope that you're instilling the best in your child that you can. And sometimes that's that's where you're at a disadvantage because the way that life is, man, it's already like difficult things that you have to deal with. So you just have some challenges.
What's in my room?
But I mean that's life. You know what I mean? It's just life is life. Reality of it. But that doesn't mean that people can't coexist. Like everybody has disadvantages and whatever. But if the government's not going to give us equal footing, that doesn't mean that we have to be animals towards each other. Like, mental health is a real thing. Like the hardest thing in society right now is just staying present. You know what I mean? In a world that's constantly changing, and you have to change with it. The disadvantages that we have culturally are it's just really discouraging to try to move to the next level. They don't want you to pull the race card, but it feels like your skin is a disadvantage. And you want to feel comfortable in your skin, but you can't. It's an uncomfortable environment everywhere you go. Because the way you talk to your family is not necessarily the way that you talk to your coworkers. You know what I mean? You don't want them to see a certain light of you. And that's because you gotta be professional. There's professional courtesy and there's a code of conduct, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? So everybody gotta behave themselves at work. But outside you get to be your true self and then you still feel like you've outgrown the negative characteristics by pretending. You know what I mean? But again, that's life. That's crazy. This dude, David, like, I don't know too much about him. You know what I mean? I know he did like pop or rock or whatever the fuck he did, but what I really know about him is that he wasn't he wasn't someone on my radar until he did the unthinkable. Then I was like, oh, this kid's fucked up. And it wasn't fucked up until I found out what he actually did to the girl. I just thought it was fucked up because why he was messing with this younger girl when he was older and at a younger age. So some people would be like, well, they're still teenagers, but I was like, yeah, but that was still kind of weird, you know. But then they got stories that he had did something to her, and then I seen what she looked like, and I was like, damn, like he was really upset.
Who?
David. And then I heard some of the stuff that he said in his music, and I was like, why do you keep doing this? Then the other kid, YNW Melly, he did the same thing. He was talking about what he was gonna do. Now he in jail.
with his op.
They always say what they're gonna do when they do it. And we used to say for a long time with music, we like, yo, we don't like fake gangsters. We want people to really live what they rapping about.
We don't want them to do it, but we don't want you to be mixing it up.
But at what expense?
Because why are you lying about?
Like, if you tell, you're gonna tell the story. Are you telling the
Got
story
some top from this
because someone told you the story to
Glock
tell,
with a Ruger clip.
or you got a story to tell? Because if it's your story and it's authentic, people can respect it. But if you live through it, you probably would want to tell people how not to go through that.
That's what Cardi B said. I ain't telling you to do it. I'm just telling my story. Not about lying people, but she was a stripper. And I don't think, and that's usually what it is. They're telling their story. They're not. Now, some people do be singing about it, like telling you to do it in a way, or not actually. No one actually says go do this in their song, but they're glorifying it, making it look like it's the right thing to do. Like lean with it, rock with it. Did you know that was not? They made a dance, but do you know what it was about?
Was it about the alcohol? I mean, the alcohol.
The lean, yeah, and rock.
The drugs.
Yeah, so that's what the song was about. And the people was nobody. Well, some people probably did, but people were just dancing to it. But then if you listen to the rest of the words, then it is talking about drugs and the rest of the lyrics. But nobody was paying attention to that. They was just dancing to it. Because they made it catchy, so everybody was doing it, snapping their fingers. So it's like, I don't know, music. I think people should be smart enough to know not to try to emulate what you're watching for entertainment, or what parts of it you should, because maybe sometimes it might have a positive message. Which music you should try to adhere to, and which you should just only be listening for entertainment purposes if that's what you choose to listen to. Because that's the problem. People don't know what's real and what's fake. They glorify this lifestyle and they think
if you
I could just pop somebody and I'm gonna get away with it.
If you're 26 years old and you out here listening to Pop Smoke and you think that's how you're supposed to behave, then when you get arrested, you deserve it.
I don't think they think that this is how they're supposed to behave. They know it's wrong, but they get excitement from it and they look up to these people.
I'm saying if you're young enough to be influenced by it because you have no guidance, I understand. But once you become an adult and your mind starts to develop more, you can understand certain things and certain behaviors aren't going to get you far away. It's still going to be, like I said, is life is already discouraging. So it's going to be challenges that's going to always be in your way. The thing about it is you have to find a way to navigate through those things, whether it's through resources, through association with people that you might know, relationships. But there has to be some way for you to be able to get through it. Some people use faith, like we were talking about the other day. Some people use that as a way to get through shit. Faith. Just believing in something. But really, you just gotta believe in yourself at the end of the day. It don't matter how good you are at whatever the fuck you do. You could be mediocre. at anything. But if you're able to achieve a goal, then you should be satisfied. Because some people can't do shit.
And always push yourself for the next step.
Oh yeah,
Set
push yourself.
one goal, and then once you complete that, create another one.
Push yourself as hard as you can. You know what I mean? And then push yourself harder. You know what I mean? But
there's
a
no
lot of people don't
timeline,
have.
so don't feel bad if you haven't accomplished certain
Oh, there is
things
a
by a
timeline,
certain.
but no pressure.
I mean, I'm saying it's not the same for everyone. So if it took you a little longer, as long as you got it done, is what
The time limit is life expectancy. But then it's like
obviously
that's affected by so many other factors. You don't know if tomorrow's gonna come, so you can't wait until tomorrow to do some shit that you can start
that
doing
doesn't
today.
mean that you waited. It could mean you failed, so you got to start over again because it
If
didn't
you
go
fail,
the way.
then
So
when
that's
you gonna
wasting
wait
time
to do it
too.
again?
You're gonna keep doing it, but that's taking more time now because you had to start over. So it doesn't have to be. I'm not saying not to do nothing. You
started over, but time didn't. Time kept going.
Yeah, so you got to keep doing. I'm just saying, don't feel bad as long as you are still trying. Don't compare yourself to other people and. Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't feel bad about failing because you're gonna fail, but then it's like just feel bad, whatever. But know that you still gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. Because the perseverance isn't really like going until failure, it's going after failure. So it's like after you've already failed and acknowledge that, you push yourself past that point to do it again and push yourself until you succeed at whatever the fuck it is. Like people taking a bar exam, however much that shit costs, you pay for it, you fail, motherfucker like, man, I ain't paying to do that shit again. No, that's not the attitude.
Thing. You got to get that money again to do it.
Right. And then all of that inconvenience. But you invest. Do you care about yourself enough? Do you care about that?
No, I'm still talking about the timeline. Like because you got to get that money back.
It's gonna take you time, and then it's gonna be a setback. But that setback teaches you a lesson. Because if you do get it, you feel that much better about it because of all the shit you had to go through to get that shit. It means that much more to you. So if anybody talks shit, you know what the fuck I had to go through to get this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's that important. It's that powerful. Major comeback, come from a mind of setback. Still in all we living. We think about the get back, the get back, the get back. And that shit is easy to say, but it's like it's hard. But that's why I'm saying don't beat yourself up about it because people do that, and that's why some people unalive themselves because it's too much pressure, and then they put pressure on themselves on top of other people's and society's expectations. Just do the best that you can, and if you can do more than the best that you can, then do a little more. It's not a race. Everybody's different. Everybody have different challenges and stuff. Some people's situations are easier to do to create a certain lifestyle. They don't have as many hurdles or challenges as someone else. And sometimes we put our own self in these situations. The hurdles. We create them for ourselves. But you just gotta learn from it and go on. I'll be moving on. Mm-hmm. So the man unalived 8 children before he's deleted during pursuit in Louisiana. Who children? Those was his kids? 7. 7 of them were. Why is he doing that? And the 2 moms were wounded or were not fatally.
That's just a shame. Rest in peace to those children and prayers out to the families. It's just sad. Like, I don't know. It seems like every other week now is somebody doing this. But they have thousands of episodes on Fatal Attraction. This has been going on for years. Both genders are taking out their partners or having someone do it or something. Like, and I don't know. Well, this guy unalived the kids, but apparently he tried to take the mothers out too. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what's wrong. He needed to go. He needed help when he was young. You don't just wake up and do shit like that. He been crazy, and people don't be paying attention to stuff neither. If somebody like you with somebody and they showing signs the same thing I said about your kids. If you're in a romantic relationship, you can't see this dude is crazy. I mean, they don't just act that way. I'll give them that. They're not gonna approach you with that energy. But and I guess you gotta know the signs to look for because it's subtle things. Because obviously, why would they be doing stuff like that in the beginning? They wait to suck you in, and then they start the abuse. Once you've already developed feelings, they act. But there are like little things because that's not who they really are. So if you know what to look for, you'll notice that the mask is slipping. But people don't that end up in those situations, they don't know what to look for, I guess, or and then when it finally becomes full blown abuse and he's knocking your head between the dryer or whatever, because I don't. I must. If you did that, I feel like you was abusive or something. If you did that to the kids, you was probably abusing them or something. I don't know. And then you tried to take them out too. So for it's no, it don't just start off like that. But the first time you notice signs like he's being too aggressive or whatever, and that's not typically how he behaves from how you met him. Now one day he just yells at you for what it seems like to be nothing, or he make you get out and walk, and you outside some crazy shit that you like. I known him for a year. He's always perfect. Everything. If it's too good to be true, then it probably is. Like, oh,
here's a clip from the councilman talking about it. That are deceased, I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give
Monique,
you,
the comedian. No.
What people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them. And maybe you can stand strong with this, but I can't without shedding tears of traumatic pain. Our pain and our grief for this family. There are 8 children that are
What did you
deceased.
say her name?
I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have
who
the
is she?
words to give you, but I'm sorry. She's a counselor. I don't know what people think. Attorney in Louisiana.
It's just a shame. Why are you laughing? But prayers go out to those kids and their family, like I said. And, you know, I hope justice is served. And I wonder what made him. Well, I guess it was because they unalived him. And that's what happened, right?
Um, they haven't disclosed that yet, so they don't know if it was suicide or if it was by the officers returning fire.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. So in other news, Lazy Bone and Finesse Two Times are beefing. Lazy Bone made a diss record about Finesse Two Times. Apparently, Finesse Two Times posted on social media and said that they denied him. Um, he was trying to get a sample of one of Bone Thugs and Harmony song, and he said they denied clearance, saying that he had to pay 40 racks. So Lazy Bone responded on social media, and he said, we don't own that song. That's a Bad Boy record. I think he said Bad Boy. You need to stay off the drugs or something. I don't know, and get clearance and get some people, better people working behind you that know how to get clearance. And then he made this record. Well, because Finesse Two Times responded back to that, and then Lazy Bone made this record. So, yeah, thoughts.
I think Lazy Bone shouldn't have engaged in this.
First of all, we listened to this record. What do you think?
It was decent. Yeah, I mean, it sounded like Bone Thugs and Harmony trying to do a diss track. So it was like, it was decent.
Some West Coast ish.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he from Ohio.
Yeah, they still country.
But I think this was straight. I don't even know what Finesse. I don't even know what music he does, and he's
Memphis.
always.
He
I
a
don't.
Memphis rapper.
I'm saying I don't. I couldn't name any of his songs.
Drugs and guns and shit.
That's the name of his song.
No, that's what they rap about.
Yeah, but I don't even know who he is. If I heard it, I wouldn't know that that's him. Um, and every time I go and scroll down my social media, he posting, and I don't even follow him neither. So that's the crazy part. Like, he always in the blog for going live and talking shit to somebody or doing some wild or crazy thing. Like, he just, I don't know, he just wants, he's attention seeking. Because even if that was the case, regardless of who owns it or whatever, whatnot, we don't need to know that happened. That's your business. Why are you getting online talking about it? We don't care that you got denied clearance. Go do what he said. He gave you some good advice. Hire some people that know how to get you clearance. I don't know. And I don't know these need that, but I seen them from how I don't think because finesse is not like he already done been in some stuff and bowed down or whatever. So I don't know why you going back and forth with people on the internet if you're not supposed to. And it shouldn't be that, but it's like you should just. That's unprofessional. Like, it's like like you had an interview, you didn't get the job, so you posted it on like yeah, fuck these MFers. I'm here, F Coles or whatever. Like, cause they said I didn't get the job or whatever. Like, it happens. I mean, you can feel how you feel, but you don't need to broadcast it to people and make a post about it. And you just creating unnecessary drama for yourself. Like,
People be doing that because they be like, you know what I mean? You lost your job and you want everybody to be against you, your place of employment. Like you want everybody to hate McDonald's. Like don't ever get nuggets from there. You know what I mean? Now because they fired you because you never come to work on time.
I didn't actually see nobody do that. I was just using it as an example, but people, I'm sure
But
they
it's a
do
good example
be doing it.
because that's the thing. It's an entitled behavior that a lot of Americans have.
Like they have to, they need you need a job. And you probably did think it 9 times out of 10. Like yeah, there'll be times like you might get laid off, they might cut your hours because you because of budget or whatever. It's not personal, but sometimes people do be messed up and they be bullying because of their position or trying to. But I feel like in most cases when people get fired, majority of the time did something they did to deserve it. Like you said, they was late doing no call, no show. Somebody just got let go from my job.
About about being a coach.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Would you, if you're dating somebody like your ex, would you, and they were cool with your friends, but then y'all broke up, would you be okay with them still being cool with them, like hanging out and stuff? Um, they asked this question on Let's Rap About It, and then Fabulous gave an example of like where somebody, well, he didn't get mad at him though, but this is what happened. He was with Kanye West and they were going to one of the kids' game, some sports event for one of the kids. And then when they came in, they seen Kim and Kanye just kept on walking. And then Kim knows Fabulous, like she knows him. They have their own relationship. And she said, "Hey Fab," and then he said, "Hey, what's up, Kim?" or whatever. And he said, Ye hadn't kept walking, so he had to catch up to him. And he was like, "Yeah, you don't, you and Kim don't speak." And he was like, "Nope." And then that was the end of the conversation. He didn't say nothing else about it. He wasn't mad or nothing. He just acted like it was nothing and just went on about it. They did whatever they was doing. But what do you think about it? Well, that's just speaking. I don't know if he did say he had a party before and invited, like it was a pool party with a bunch of people, a big party, and they came over, but they were filming the show, and it was like, um, he was like, all these people would need to sign NDAs because it was like have to sign. It's like there's too many people here, because you need to blur their face out and stuff if people didn't agree to be on camera, so they only stayed for a little while and they left. But he's cool with them, whatever. So, and his girlfriend was a stylist, so maybe they worked together or something like that. His ex girlfriend Emily. So, but anyway, what do you think about that? Would you want them to be cool, or if you're like fuck them, would you want like would you just ignore if you seen if
It depends on how we separated. Like if we separated as friends, she's not an op. If we separated as ops, she's an op. So I don't want to see her. I don't want to be around her. If she does something foul, I don't want to see her. I don't want to be around her. Like, and my people, if they respect me, they should respect that.
so what if
And
they
that's
out
because,
and they say hi to them? Should they just ignore them, or is it okay
I
for them to
mean,
speak back, like hi and bye?
you an adult, so you could do whatever you
No, I'm
feel.
saying would you expect them to ignore them, or you don't care? It's just they didn't. They're not meeting up.
No,
They just
I don't care what they choose to do, but I do care if they do something because again, it's the respect factor. Like they the op, if they the op, if they not the op, and that's the understanding of the friendship, because you have these conversations. So if you have this conversation with your boy, like yo, fuck that bitch. If you literally had that conversation with your boy, then they already know what time it is. But if you be like, nah, man, you know what I mean? It ain't even nothing like that, whatever. Then they understand that the energy of that conversation is different.
so if your friend broke up with somebody and it was like fuck that bitch and you was out and she said hey Smiley, not trying to be funny or nothing, she just said hi because she knew you, y'all was cool, you're not involved in, would
But
you
again,
ignore her? I'm asking you,
that
what would you do?
but that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I just stated.
Would you
If
ignore her? That's not what.
that
That's a different question.
depends on the that depends on
So yes, if he said fuck her, you would just ignore
yeah,
her.
if she the op, she the op. I can't I'm gonna act like I don't see her. Like I might give her one of these. Like
I heard Dave East said.
yeah, I might just give her a head nod. I wouldn't even go out of my way to try to give her a hug or you know what I mean. But if she was cool, if she was people's like, oh yeah, yo, you know that's still the homie, whatever. Then when I see her, she the homie. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
didn't do anything to you, just your friend.
No, I understand, but you not. I
And you
don't think you.
were cool.
I
That's
don't
the
think you
thing.
get. I don't think you get what I'm saying. If she was the homie with my boy after the breakup,
Oh, they were still cool.
yeah, then we still cool. But if she wasn't,
Then you just gonna turn your head and
then
act like
yeah,
you don't
nah,
care.
I don't know
That's what Nino said. Dave said he wouldn't speak and he wasn't answering it neither because he wasn't saying like, would you speak or would you ignore? Because you say you wouldn't know if it's fuck her, it's fuck her.
because you gotta be the op. Like if and people know what that means. If you the person that is like you violent.
It don't have
Like
to be that. Because some
nah,
people
but I'm
could,
just saying. But I'm just saying like I'm not saying
your
it have to
friend
be
could have
that for
been the one
anybody,
that messed it up.
but since it was personalized, that's what I'm saying. It's gotta be the op. Like it can't be like just
It could be the
we
op
outgrew
though,
each
but
other or you
no,
know what
I'm
I mean,
saying
whatever.
your friend could have been the one that ruined it. And it is the
But
op
that don't matter.
because of
It
how
don't matter. It don't matter. It's how the situation is entirely. Like you can have a conversation with your boy and be like, "Yo, you fucked that up. Like she's still cool. Like you could, you know what I mean? Whatever. Nah, I'm not right for her or whatever. You should still be cool with her or whatever." If you have a conversation like that and you respect the loyalty that you got in your friendship, because some niggas don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I can't speak for everybody, but in the sense of the conversation. When a nigga say, it don't matter how he feel. Don't matter if you want to fight after, it don't matter. Because he said that. But if you say that, that's what it is. So be careful what you say. Because niggas really take that. Niggas be like, oh, you don't care? Oh, you don't care if I do anything with her? Oh, she not important? All right. So now they end up smashing.
But it's not that.
But I'm saying, but I'm just saying, it's other lines that get crossed from crossing one line. Like you're not just respect is once you cross that boundary of respect and loyalty, you cross that boundary. It's not no levels to the shit or no shit like that. It is what it is. You disrespected.
I think to just say hi and keep it moving. You don't have to.
You could do that because you.
They're not gonna know.
But you don't understand.
You don't have to go back and be like.
With men, it's
because you're making it.
That's why you're cool. Men don't have to be cool with a whole bunch of men, but they understand. But if men are in a particular circle, they have core values among their group. Everybody don't have the same values. But I'm saying if you're gonna personalize it, I'm saying these are values that we uphold. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. Niggas do what they do, but then niggas be like, you know, shit happen. But you have to have the respect to be like, yo, you said you didn't care. You said she was this, you said she was that. Then that was that. Some niggas is sleazy, they'll fuck anything. And some niggas will be like, I would never fuck somebody else's chick because it's awkward. Like the nigga done told you all the shit that he done did with this bitch. Now you with her. You know what I mean? So now it's like, damn, nigga, like you brought her over for the party. Like y'all came together. Like he with another joint. It's mad awkward.
But separate that because that's different. I think you have a right to feel type of way if they're dating. And it's the same thing. Like some people will get mad about their friends. Like if you not cool with someone with
what's the point
just the point of agreeing. It ain't cool like you're hanging out with them or nothing. But if you see them, just if they speak to not be rude and ignore them when they didn't do anything to you, like you're creating unnecessary drama. I get it. You want to be, but they don't. You don't have to tell them every time you see them. They wouldn't even know.
Unnecessary drama too. Why she trying to say hi?
Because if you know somebody and your eyes meet and they didn't do nothing to you, you can just ignore each other. But I just feel like if they do speak and they didn't do anything to you directly, then because you can at least speak back. You don't have to jump on them.
But that's why I say if he's cordial with her and y'all all and you still cool with your mans, then you can be cordial with her too. But that's what I'm saying. There have to be an understanding. That's what I said. If she the op, what did she do to be the op? He could have fucked it up. So what? But why did he fuck it up? Did he really change?
He didn't change it.
You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? Like if that's your nigga, and you like, I know his heart, man. He gave up that life. He changed. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Well,
but he was a better person when he was with you than the person that he is now. I can tell. And that much could mean that he really did care about her, but he fucked up. He fucked another chick or whatever happened. You know what I mean? He messed up. But it's redeemable if they do the work, they get counseling. You know what I mean? He does whatever he needs to do to rebuild that shit. But if he really cares, he'll do all that. But it's not worth just throwing it away. That's the problem. People just want to throw it away. That's why 20 years, and I think that's enough. That's enough. Then you gotta move on. Like what? Like that's why I'm saying, like somebody when people are older and they saying stuff like that,
other things out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Literally.
That's crazy.
No, she did say try something new, but She didn't say thanks. But that's what she was doing. Because there's pictures of her. No one is saying what actually happened, but there's pictures of her with some guy in another country that look intimate. So, but no one knows the full story. But it appears that she was cheating, but they could have already been separated when she was doing that, and that's why he wasn't really tripping about it. I don't know. Because they don't really talk about their thing. But so Krishan Rock, she had a boxing match. Who did she fight?
I don't know. I know she won though.
Yeah, and her mom was there, and she said her mom is clean. That's good. I hope she stays that way. And that was her first match.
So she going professional? Like, what is this?
Yeah, she's
Celebrity
been training.
Exhibition?
No, she's been training. She's
real
boxing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cause she was already an athlete. She ran track in college when she went to college.
So quite a transition.
Yeah, but she be fighting anyway, and she got hands. So if she get trained properly, like her and her sister is crazy. They like she needs to put all that anger and emotions into it. So shout out to her.
I'm gonna check on her boxing. I seen it. It was crazy. We was just talking about that. It was in Indianapolis. This dude came up here. He said he was an actor. He was in one of his movies. He played the fucking
Mojo Jojo.
he played a reporter. He said, "Yo, man, why you lying, man? You know you wasn't in that movie with me, man. Get out of here, man." Trying to be all arrogant, professional. You ain't nobody, man. He just came out terrible, yo. Like, that was crazy. Then some kid came up here cursing, man. He was like, "Look, man, how you get up here, man? You ain't supposed to be cursing." That's what it's funny.
Zenith
They need to bring that kid back.
That is her name, Zenith Zion.
Huh? Yo, that was crazy. He had little arms and that was wild. He's viral too. He was crazy. Yo, so she's doing late hits.
Yeah, cause she crazy. I think she wanna fight, but she don't wanna like fight nobody and go to jail or nothing. So she doing the boxing too.
Them gloves look like the damn Hulk hands. Big ass gloves.
Krishan Rock, Holy Hands. That's her name, Holy Hands.
Holy Hands is her name? Sing to heaven.
She did go down.
She got back up.
There you go. Okay, look, push. Jab from Krishan. There you go. Keep that jab. Work that jab. Work that jab, Rock.
Oh, that's cool.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
This is so right.
I've been playing this puzzle game on my phone. It's called Arrows Go. It's simple.
I don't know, man. How many rounds is it?
It's 8.
Oh, it's
8 minutes.
rounds.
No, it's 8 minutes. I don't know if
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
And Zion fighting back. Zion going to the body. Hands. Right alone with a knife. Take him all back then. Doubles back.
She touching on this is good.
Jab from Krishan. Jab is working.
Oh.
She knocked it down. She knocked it down.
You gotta get up quicker than that. You got up and came right back.
That's crazy. She knocked him out twice.
Say a prayer.
She knocked him out twice.
But she keep on training.
End of round 1. Oh, man. That was a very long
I
count.
mean,
That's the
But
longest.
she not
with
fast
them
enough.
big ass hope gloves.
Live say I saw that coming. Everybody did not see that coming. On the
What?
canvas.
I couldn't hear you. Yeah, I did earlier. You could give her some more. She probably ate it. You could give her some more. The thing in the kitchen.
They are excited. That right hand, wow. Flat Zion. Let's get it. Rashawn scores the knockdown in round 1. We're about to find out. Jab from Malone. From Malone. The jabs are coming. Boom. Malone trying to pull it. Rashawn. But Rashawn's not taking any of it. Malone down. Listen, that's where that street money comes from. She had it in the headlock. The right again from. Whoa. Nice right hand. Nice right hand. That right hand is twisted. Rashawn is showing she has no fear. Rashawn is more control, like you said. Breathing with Zion, she is exhausted. Rashawn's locked in. She is exhausted.
Yo, every time they make that sound effect, yo, I thought they knocked her out.
Larissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner. So she's taking his side.
Round 3.
Go.
It's only a couple rounds.
Zion needs something definitive. Nice footwork. Nice footwork. Nice footwork. Knockout in the first round.
Oh, Rashawn got knocked down.
No, she fell herself. She ain't hit her when she fell. She tripped.
Did a knockdown, did a punch land? Early in round 3, got herself back in this fight. Right hand from Krishan. Right hand. Another right hand.
She tried to slam her. What the fuck? It looks like she tried to pick her up.
Jab from Krishan. Another right hand. Here comes Malone. Nice right hand by Zion. Very effective. Nice jab by Chris. Zion is so short, she's having a hard time closing the gap. That's the end of the third and final round.
Oh, it's only 3 rounds.
You got everybody paying attention. I think everybody knows.
She was getting her.
Yeah, and she keeps saying she's gonna be. But she needs to get out of that street fight. Do you know them, Zion? I never.
Mm-mm.
Ray J was on Cam Newton podcast. I'm sure he said something out of his mind because I don't know what's wrong with him. Chris Brown and Usher are going on tour together. Ladies, how do you feel about that?
Say that again.
Chris Brown and Usher are having a tour together.
Yo, that's crazy.
How is that crazy
going
that they having a
Nah, it's crazy about how women be going to those concerts with their men, sitting in the front row, and then go and kiss a dude on the stage and come back and sit down and eat some fries like nothing happened.
or try to if they got a man that still has his genitalia, he's gonna. Well, I don't think they should just leave you there, but he should be done with you after that. If you disrespect him and go there and put your tongue in a man's mouth that you don't even know that he does this to that you seen him do, like you don't even know him. And if you do sleep with him, 9 times out of 10, it's probably not going anywhere. You think he's gonna be in a relationship with you? Like, is that worth the relationship that you are in? Like, I don't know. These people are so desperate. I don't understand. Like, what do you be? So that means like you don't have no self control. So every man that you find attractive, you will sleep with them or let them have you just because of that. That's what I would think because you don't know them personally. So what makes you want to go up there and do that? He feeding them grapes or strawberries, chocolate, something. I don't know.
Well,
Just nasty.
that's their little fantasy. They live in their fantasy by being up there with this dude.
Mason Cam was laughing, talking about it. So it's like, you let your girl go to the concert.
This is what I'm talking about. So I'll get to you, Ray. It's a two-part question for you.
Okay.
If you're with your boyfriend at the Usher concert and Usher and Chris Brown want you up there, would you go?
Absolutely not.
No.
For two reasons. Number one, I am extremely attracted to my boyfriend. Like when I'm with one man, I don't even see anybody else. So I can recognize that Usher is an attractive man and Chris Brown is an attractive man, and I can see the sex appeal.
But that doesn't mean
I love my man. I'm attracted to my man, so nobody else really does it for me. So I don't even want to go up there. And also, we already know how Usher and Chris Brown get down at these concerts. So we've had a conversation in the car on the way there. Like, all right, if they I have a violent boyfriend. So if anything happens, he's ready to swing. He's ready to pop off. So I'm not even going to put him in a position to go to jail or get beat up by security because he's looking for confrontation. So I don't want to do it, and I don't want him swinging on nobody.
I don't understand why you would even do. Like, what makes you think that that's okay?
He went up there and kissed Beyonce.
Kiss Beyonce, yes, but but get a lap dance by Beyonce or get twerked on by Beyonce, or you know how Janet Jackson used to have him strapped up on a thing. Go do your thing, babe. I ain't Janet Jackson. Well, here is the thing: men and women are different. So I think it'll be cool if he gets that experience from Janet or from Beyonce. Cause I ain't Janet, I ain't Beyonce. So go have fun, go do your thing, and I'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, but it can't be Super Bowl Janet, right?
It could be Super Bowl Janet. She gets the little tippy, you know.
Okay.
I don't mind.
I'm just making sure we clear.
I'm not doing it, but I don't mind if he does it. It's Janet, it's Rihanna, it's Beyonce. That's a once in a lifetime experience. I'm Arabia.
I like what she said, even though it's BS.
Some people don't, because I don't, because what
said.
she's saying is, you know, you're never gonna see them again. They don't want you 9 times out of 10 or whatever. So then they're not doing anything, and it is a double standard or whatever. Like it's not a threat to the relationship, and it just looks different. Because like, why I wouldn't even want to do that, but men and women are different, like she said. I mean, I think it could be BS, but I think there are some women that don't take that as serious because it's similar. Only difference is there's physical contact, but it's like watching porn. Some women get mad because it's a fantasy. She's not going to be with you. You don't have her number, you have no way to get in contact with her. I'm right here with you. You're going to come back and sit down.
But the Janet Jackson shit is over the top, though.
Yeah, if she's nude, then. But that's men go to the strip club. Yeah. Some women are okay with their man going to the strip club. Some people go to get so. That's what I'm saying. It may not be BS because everybody has different things that they're accept. That's not cheating. Now, and then that's still different than kissing someone. Because they be doing that. You've seen that, Chris Brown.
Feeding them grapes and cherries and shit.
Yeah. And Usher got a woman. He's married. I think he's married, but I know he's in a relationship with someone. And but she be there sometime too, but she don't go to all the shows. Well, when he was doing his residency, but I think he's done with that now. Let's see what Ray J said on King Newton, but it's crazy. So look, there's a clip.
Cameron and Mace's podcast. What was it about the conversation that triggered you?
Brandy's my big sister, and when we in trouble, I always try to be on the front line. When people say you want to hit below the belt, I hit way below the belt. Pants wasn't on, none of that.
Okay. Can you explain what happened with you?
He got in my face and went,
all right, bro.
Damn, this is serious.
I've never met Chloe a day in my life. I think the world.
He said he went and stuck his tongue out.
I just think they're good people. Well,
you think they're good people?
I don't.
That
means you don't believe.
Don't say that. I have you like Chloe.
You hit.
I don't think nobody would not.
Michael B. Jordan would. It's just my daughter and son can't think I'm a revenge black porno guy who tried to put a sex tape out on a white chick without her consent.
Oh yeah, he said in that interview, I seen something that he said that Kris Jenner orchestrated the whole thing. There was more than one tape, and she watched it. Also, like she told them to put that tape out with Ray J and Kim. That's what Ray J said in that interview with Cam Newton. That was one of the things that he talked about. But that's not what he wanted.
He's another troll too. Can't believe some stuff and can't believe some stuff.
I could see her being like, because she's done other things on the show. That's like when Kim did a calendar.
She's a billionaire now, isn't she?
Probably, I don't know. Kim did a calendar shoot for when she was with Reggie Bush for his birthday. She did like a sexy calendar just for him. Her mom, she had it delivered to the store because they had the store dash at a different location. And the mom came to the store and she picked up the mail they had delivered and she seen it. She did not tell her mom anything about this because it wasn't supposed to be that. She didn't tell her to do this. She made copies of the magazine and put them out in the stores nearby or whatever, the newsstands and stuff, so that so that people can buy it. And so then Kim comes like, "Mom, did you see the calendar that I made for Reggie?" She was like, "Oh, that was for Reggie?" She's like, "Yeah, where is it? What did you do?" She was like, "Oh, I put it out. I made copies. I put them. I didn't know that you. It was amazing. It was beautiful. But and I put it on." She's like, "Mom, why would you do that? That was a surprise for Reggie." Like, so her and her brother went and bought up all of the count. Like, they went and found where she put them at and bought them back because she's like, "You're gonna ruin the surprise. Why would you do that? I didn't tell you that this to do that." So because of that exchange, I believe she would do some shit. And she always trying to make she's for the plastic surgery and allows that when they were younger. Kylie or whatever, like she's just like she encourages that and Botox and all that stuff or whatever. She encourages weight loss pills and extreme diets so they can keep their looks up and everything. Like she's so worried about their image. So and money. So I believe that she did have some part, but I don't know. And that's her mom, so maybe she was young when that they were young when that tape had came out. So maybe she did have more influence on her at the time. And but I think Ray J probably didn't care. I don't know because a man is not really gonna. But he did say, "I wouldn't want my kids to see." Well, you should have thought about that. He didn't have kids at the time because he was younger. But
Shit, Ray J got kids, don't he?
that's
His
that's what
kids
I'm
done
saying.
seen it.
He said that's what he said. I don't want my kids thinking that I put this out. But I'm saying when they did the tape, he was young. Neither one of them had kids at the time. But they should have thought about that. And Kim's kid did see it. One of her kids. Because it popped up on Roblox. It was like an ad or something. And he came and showed her. He was
That's
laughing
crazy.
because
It
he was
popped up on Roblox.
yeah.
What the? I don't even. That sounds crazy, yo.
It was like an ad. So the ads pop up. They put and she reported it. This was a while ago, but that's why you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. You stay on the internet forever. That was over 10 years ago, but I bet you go search it up and you still find it. So that's what you chose to do. It's like Stevie J baby mom and her boyfriend that she got with after she was done with him in the shower rod. They got a tape and she hanging from the shower rod. And then she got a deal with shower rods, like, because they were like, how she was, they were talking about it. It was like, and she acted like she was so upset and everything. And I feel like she put that shit out herself too. Because the way that it was professional. It wasn't no fucking um you pay somebody to do that shit. It wasn't no home video. And that's what people were saying. It was like there's different angles and shit. Like y'all. Then they try to say, "Oh, it had already leaked, so we just." Because what they said is that the boyfriend's bags was stolen from the airport, and he had it in there. His camcorder and stuff was in there, and so somebody stole it, and that's how it got out. And then they made a deal to because it was already out, so they're like, at least we can make some money off it since it's already out there now. There's nothing that we could do. That's what she said, but I don't believe that shit. I think that they did that on purpose. But then she got to deal with some shower rods. Like, it was like her, because that was like the highlight of the video. Like, oh, she was hanging from the shower rod. Everybody was making jokes about it. And then she had, it was advertising shower rods. Because it was like, what type of, the people was making jokes, what type of shower rod was that? It was holding them while they, I was like, that's silly. They did that. But she acted like she was so traumatized and was crying and all that. Like,
That's crazy. Old lady doing that.
she wasn't old. She's not that old. She's older now because that was years ago at this point, but she was probably like in her 30s or something. She's not, and she her body was, she's in shape, but she got her boobs done or something, so she wasn't. She's a decent looking woman, and she's not like the best ever, but she's at least like a 6'7", maybe. I don't know, maybe like a 6. But she, like I said, she got her body done. So wasn't like no old. They do be having old people really nasty. People is some freaks. But they want to cry like, oh my daughter, she's gonna see it. You should have thought about that. Yeah, she won't let her daughter go nowhere. Her daughter was trying to go. She's like, can I go to this party? It's Stevie J's daughter with the lady. Can I go to can I go to this party? She's like 12 now or something, 13. I don't know. And she was like, what party where? Like she started asking her question and she told her. And then she's like, and how many people's gonna be there? Are there gonna be boys there? Are the parents gonna be there? And she was like, you know what? Never mind. I don't wanna go. Because she started asking all these questions. And she was like, yeah, you tell her to do that while you hanging from a shower rod. And you, nah, but she's a mom. But if she see that, you better hope she don't never see it. She gonna see it when she get that age, when she start being grown. Because social media messy. They'll put that shit in your algorithm just because that's her daughter. Because how the fuck that shit pop up on Roblox on Kim's son thing? Somebody knew that was his account. And it's like, boop. What's gonna happen? She gonna be on red tube or some shit when she get older, and then it's constant. It's gonna pop up on her thing. Like Mimi Faust hangs from shower rod. What is this? Is this my mom? Click on it and see her and Nico in there. Nico looked. That was the guy that was in the table. He looked like Sid from Ice Age, but like he was in shape. He worked out and shit, but he looked like Sid from Ice Age. Just a buff, like but his face was crazy. I was like, that Steve J was all right, but he looked better than him. And she said he was still with Eve when she, because him and Eve had a thing, but she didn't know. She said she was over there one day when they first had started dating or whatever earlier on, and they was in that bed laid up or whatever. And then somebody else was in the house, like he had a big house or whatever. Like, oh, somebody was knocking at the door. And he like, that's Eve. Then he like let her up. Why are you telling them to let her up and you in the bed with somebody else?
Cause he was trying to see how it was gonna play out.
So then she come in there, and then first she just left, like she didn't really say nothing. Then she I don't know. She did say something, but it wasn't no argument. It was just like then she just left. But then she was like she came back and she was hanging on the door. Open up this fucking door or whatever. And then he said, let her up again. Now she acting crazy. You hear her acting crazy or whatever. And you say, let her up. Why would you say let her up? Now you see how it turned out because she acting crazy. But you gonna let her come up here. But she ain't say nothing to her. She just cussed him out and then they were just arguing. And she left, but she said she didn't know um, that he told her that that he was single, that he wasn't, or that that was over. I think she knew he had been dating her, but he told her that it was over, and he lied. She came, but he always been a hoe too. That's what they were doing. He for real. He got a baby with Jocelyn, and because he cheated on Mimi with her. So first he cheated with Mimi on Eve. Then Mimi ended up with him, and they had a kid. Then he met Jocelyn. He probably slept with other women between that, but this is when we we seen. Well, that was televised. She just said that about the Eve recently. I didn't know that, but that was a long time ago. But on Love and Hip Hop, he met Jocelyn. Then he cheated on. She was supposed to be his artist, but he started sleeping with her. And he was cheating on Mimi with her. She found out, and then eventually they broke up. But because he was lying about it at first and saying that it's not true, and that, but eventually she realized what was going on, and um, she ended up leaving him, and then he got Jocelyn pregnant. Oh, Jocelyn got something going on with Zeus too, some issue. But anyway, he got Jocelyn pregnant, and then he started cheating on her, and he was like, but she was like, he would always be like, I'm gonna take you back to the strip club, cause it's not funny, but it's like he was like her. He was acting like he was like her pimp, or he knows she had like a rough life. She came from Puerto Rico. She didn't have much, so she was like a stripper, and she didn't. She was just happy to have like she loved him because he took her out the strip club. Like he gave her opportunity and he took care of her. But he will always hold that over her head and be like, "I'm gonna send you back to the strip club." She was like, "Stevie, you can't send me back or whatever." But eventually they broke up too, and then they were supposed to be married, but then it turned out that they wasn't really. They made it up. I don't know if they were or not, but they ended up having a kid, and they're not together. She's with someone else now. She's married. Stevie dated Faith after that, and that didn't work. Faith Evans, yeah, that didn't last too long. And I think that was the last person that he was with. But Jocelyn just posted something the other day about she's on Zeus Network. She has a show on there called Jocelyn's Cabaret. I don't watch it. I've watched it before, but it's too much. It's ridiculous. I can't watch it anymore. I don't watch it anymore. Um, because I don't like how they're depicting the women. They all half naked. They be up there fighting with them, and of course, because it's a cabaret, so it's like supposed to be a higher class than stripping, but it's like you might as well be because you're still naked. And then they be fighting and stuff, and the way she be talking to them crazy, like belittling them, and if they say something back, she like, oh, you like I'm the boss. You gotta just take it. You can't like, or she be feeling the way if you respond back and just a bully. Like that's what it's giving. But anyway, I don't. So that's why I stopped watching. I like a little bit of the ratchet TV, but sometimes they be taking it too far. Like or whatever. And there's allegations about her too. There's some women that said that she SA'd them and that she drugged them. And I don't know. She had a troubled background, so I wouldn't. It's not far fetched to believe. But she's pregnant now with her new man, with her husband, and I guess Zeus Network, that's who where her show is, her shows are come on, they stopped the head Lemuel Plummer, Lemuel Plummer. He stopped giving her checks or something like, and then she made a post about it like, you're the devil, like, why would you stop my money? This is how I feed. Like, she got on the internet crying and stuff like, this is how I feed my family. You want me to not be able to feed my baby, like, and my daughter and stuff. Like, hurry up and put my money back on, whatever. Like, cause like he stopped. Like, I guess from the show, whatever, she automatically get, like, he stopped the checks from depositing or whatever. So I don't know what's going on. I guess she made a statement that he didn't like, so that's why he did that. But and he's the head of Zeus, Lemuel Plummer, is having a baby by one of the girls on Baddies, which is his show.
Wow.
And he was dating someone else on the network. There's a bunch of rumors about him with different women. But now he don't have no kids. This is his first child. He's pregnant. He got Scotty pregnant. But he be sleeping with all this rumor that he be sleeping with all the baddies, like all the girls from Baddies, not all of them, but rumors about different ones. And the head, Natalie Nunn, the head of Baddies, it's like the 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 boss of that show.
Adam.
Sound like somebody outside arguing. Who is that? People be ghetto guys. They out there are sound like somebody fighting or they about to fight. They arguing, screaming. I don't know. But this is what happens. I work from home and then there's noise coming from outside all day long. They're not kids on the spectrum because I swear they gotta be something. They out there screaming at the top of their lungs. Ah, and just screaming like what is wrong with you? Like somebody's trying to kill you or something. Like I don't know. Like they're doing that. Then you got people yelling back and forth and they're right next to each other. Probably they're yelling back and forth as loud as they can, like they're yelling to someone down the street, but they right there. So I don't know why they doing that. Then you got people fighting and then the ambulance going by every 5 minutes or the cops, somebody driving by with their radio turned all the way up. So they probably my headset probably be picking up all those noises. And they talking about we can't have no background noise. Well, I know they can hear the ambulance for a fact because they said something about that before. But it's outside, the window closed, so ain't nothing I can do about it. But sometimes I wish I lived in the country. It was quiet. It was quiet where I used to be. Like on the weekend, they would play their Spanish music, but and then every once in a while somebody would drive by and be playing a car would be or whatever. For the most part, it was quiet. Once in a blue would be some people arguing or something, but that wasn't like a everyday thing. Or people screaming, yelling back and forth, not even arguing, just talking loud. Like it was kind of quiet. I liked it, but over here, these people don't have no decorum. Well, not everybody, but not my circus, right?
Mm.
exile, bro. From your sister. Not from my sister, because I don't want her to be mad at me like that, because it's not her. There's nothing she could do about it. But if there's a Disney premiere, and I'm getting my daughter dressed to go, because, Brandy's in it. And I'm on my way. And my cousin, who's Brandy's manager, calls me and tells me, oh, Ray, today the Disney is an 18 and over joint tonight. I don't even know if Disney's ever been 18 and over. Like, you know what I mean? Just tell me you don't want me to pull up. Because I'm a bad look. And I'm good with that. But don't play with me and tell me don't come because it's a Disney 18 and over event. I mean, that's like, that's okay.
Well, stop acting like a jackass. Look at this picture. This is why she don't want you to come. And you see him sticking around his tongue. And then you told Cameron and Mace and Shine that you were gonna grape them. I wouldn't want you to come neither, because now, and she said she don't condone that, because you're doing too much. Something is wrong with you. Especially if you're doing it just because, and there's really nothing wrong. If he is just being a troll and you're doing, like, come on now. You can't be saying stuff like that. Because there are people that really experience that, so it's like you're making a mockery of that. And this is not the first time that he's told a man that he will grape them. Like, I don't know what's with this. Then he said, Sammy said that he told him he was going to knock him out and make him sleep in the bed with him. Like, why are you? In the 10 years ago, he told Fab that he would get him graped. Like, I don't know what's this obsession with graping, but it's something that's crazy. Like, you can't be going around saying that to people. Cause there's nothing funny about that, and if you're serious, then that's even more disturbing. But it's crazy too to just be saying that, cause just so people can talk about you. You want attention that bad? Make some more trash music. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I did listen to his song. Now, would I go search it up and be like, let me hear that? Wait a minute. Like, I wouldn't request it, but when the song came out, it was catchy. And then I liked One Wish. I was singing that. I knew the words. But again, I'm not gonna. If you ask me, that's not the first person I'm gonna go search up music by. But he definitely has a fan base. If he take that more seriously, put out music. You don't need to be doing this extra stuff. And Cam Newton, I don't know he dressed like that guy that was friends with Ving Rhames and Holiday Hart. And he was like he he married this guy and he was a farmer. So he was working on the farm with him, like helping him milk the cows and stuff. And he had a necktie on like that. Cause he got a bandana tied around his throat. He got that cowboy hat on. Cam Newton be dressing so weird.
Did you ever meet Michael Jackson? Absolutely.
And what did he?
Shout out to Rodney Jerkins for introducing us.
Got
Brandy
suspenders and some
he looked and was
Where's
like,
Waldo
we
stop.
talked for hours. We went to Neverland. Michael comes out with it.
What was that we was watching and they said that they got the Where's Waldo
He was like 85 years old or 65 or something at the time.
Because they lost a bet to his stepmother. Huh?
That was a game show.
75-year-old man. If you had him in your arms and you dropped out at the liquor store and you went to get some booze, they're not going to ID you.
What?
He looks like a baby. That's how eccentric Michael was.
What?
Absolutely. 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 So I hung out with Mike plenty of times. Shout out to Rodney Jerkins for introducing us. Brandy fainted when she's on. He looked and was like, "That's so sweet." We talked for hours. We went to Neverland. Michael comes out with a little man holding him like a baby. He was like 85 years old or 65 or something at the time.
What?
Stop, Rodney. Hold on. I gotta go get my guest. Comes back in with a 75-year-old man.
And he was holding him in his arms.
At the liquor store, then you want to get some booze, they're not gonna ID him, even though he looks like a baby. That's how eccentric Michael was. Did you ever meet Michael
I
Jackson?
have no idea what he's
That's
talking
crazy.
about.
You say you went and got a little man.
He's just making up shit. Cause what are you
Probably
talking
not.
about? He
Jackson
got a
had
little
a
man
crazy
and was
life.
holding him in his arms. But what the part where he lost me is because you said, and if you bring him to the liquor store, they're not even gonna card him, even though he looks like a baby. What does that have to do with him bringing the guy to you and showing you him? Like, how does that come for that to you going to the liquor store? Like, you just saying a bunch of random comments. Like, you're not making no sense. Like, I don't know, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't know what they said before that, so maybe. But I'm pretty sure with the stuff that he says, it doesn't make sense. He just talking. He came out with an 85-year-old man. Let me go get my guest. Why you just? It just sounds. I don't know. It sounds funny. You got an 85-year-old man and you're holding him like a baby, and he's your guest at your home. Who is this man? Like, you just got a random elderly person and you holding him in your arms like a baby. He's that small that you can just hold. Like, that's why it sounds crazy. Like, I don't, even if they, unless they're like a little person, but they still be heavy. But if they're like a normal size elderly person, they might be frail. But for you to be holding them in your arms like that, like, they're not that small. Like, it just sounds made up. Like, Ray J just be saying stuff for shock value. And then you wonder why Brandy then it told you that. And she was trying to spare your feelings because she made up a lie. But yeah, she should have just told the truth. Like, Ray J, you tripping. I can't be seen with you. And you gonna mess up my what you call my release, my premiere. So I'll check you later, or I'll show you the footage. Or she should have picked the daughter up, or had Princess bring her some the mother. But she don't really. I don't know how they are now, but they was on Love and Hip Hop too, and she ain't really fuck with Princess like that. And they was together. I don't know how that is, cause they got into it at one point.
That T said Mike had that little man.
No, that sound crazy. Ray J just be saying stuff. But what else did we up? Then we talked about Junior is on life support. Prayers go out to Junior from the Players Club. That's not his real name, but you, if you know, you know. Junior from the Players Club that graped Ebony. It was Ronnie's brother. But yeah, he's on life support. I'm not sure what happened. Allegedly, that's what I seen online. So prayers out to him. I hope he's okay. I know we don't like none of his characters because he was always a bad guy. He played in Tales from the Hood, tried to rob the mausoleum or the funeral home. What did I say? Tales from the Hood. He tried to rob them, and then he raped Ebony in the Players Club. He was in Kane beat him up in Menace to Society because he was going there to defend his cousin because Kane knocked her up. But he when keeping it real goes wrong because um maybe this isn't the time to be saying that, but this is just some of his. I was about to say Kane stomped him out. His head was bouncing up and down like on the pavement. But you know, he's been in some good movies of our his of our, Black people movies and of our time or whatever. So, and these are just characters, although I've seen posts and memes where they're like, I can't stand Junior. He always, oh yeah, because he was in Set It Off too, and he got Jada Pinkett brother shot because he was like, he told him to get the AP on the back of his head. That was the guy that played in the Temptations too. He told him to get the AP. He told his girlfriend like put the AP design in the back of his head. She like he ain't even from Acorn because it stands for Acorn Project, and he had robbed a bank, so the cops was looking for him. And he told her, she's like just do it, and then she did it, and they was waiting outside his house, and he knew it, and the cops shot him because they thought he was the guy. So you done got your boy set up on his birthday. I think it was his birthday because they had a party or he had graduated or something. I don't know. But yeah, we don't like his characters, but he's a good actor. And, you know, I hope he recovers. They say he's on life support. So I hope he comes too. Prayers out to him and his family.
He got that walk, filthy walk.
Mm.
Killing.
Yeah, like he be running and looking behind his shoulder. He's sidestepping. Because he always it's like Clifton Powell. He always play the same character. Or somebody up to no good. He said, you done made me spill my yak on this $20,000 suit. Pinky funny. Now, Netta, do you have any other topics? There was something else that I want to talk about, but I can't remember. Do you have? Is there anything else?
Mm-mm. No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa.
And I'm SmileyJizzle. And we out. Appreciate it.
We out. We out, right?